thought so too. And we're live.
You or me?
Me. What's up, everybody? Welcome to Monday Night Raw. I don't know, we're live on YouTube, but I don't know where Monday Night Raw is live at tonight. I'm John, aka Taker and Roman. That's my brother Michael. Take it away.
Hi everyone, Michael Paul. Good to be back with you. We are 3 minutes into Monday Night Raw, and unfortunately, I didn't get a chance to look at any internet today, so I don't really have any news. Unless I find something out later, but at any rate, before I forget this, to my girls, Christy, Crystal, Megan, Amanda, Mackenzie, Noah, Caitlin, I love you all so much. Have a good night. Sweet dreams. And you've been a blessing in my life each and every day. Thank you so much for being part of it. And again, good night, my angels. Have sweet dreams. Mwah. And with that, we're about 4 minutes into Monday Night Raw, so. God damn it. Okay.
What was it?
Oh, and by the way, I still haven't figured out what happened Saturday, so I apologize for that. But we have next Saturday, and we're on now to Monday Night Raw. Oh, if I didn't say it, Gunther retained his title against
Randy
Orton. Cody Rhodes is still your reigning, defending, undisputed WWE champion against Kevin Owens. And Bianca Belair and
Jade Cargill
have regained the WWE Women's Tag Team Championship from Alba Fire and
Isla Dawn.
So there you go. Again, my apologies for what happened Saturday night. Still don't quite get what happened there, but like I said, now we're on to Monday Night Raw. Thank you for being with us.
Forever. Together.
Not far from the majestic Rockies, we're live in dynamic downtown Denver with another.
Oh, they're in Denver, Colorado.
Oh, marijuana country.
This Monday Night Raw follows so many jaw-dropping moments that happened this weekend. And now, I'm primed and ready. Mile High City is set for more of that.
Hot off the heels of Bash in Berlin. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Monday Night Raw.
You know what I miss from Wade Barrett?
What?
I'm afraid I got some bad news.
I know.
We at WWE are thrilled to have him on board. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Joe Texador.
My man, Wade Barrett, hello. Hey, I am thrilled to be your partner. Let's get that straight. I'm thrilled to be part of the WWE broadcast family with Corey Graves and Pat McAfee, and of course, you were with the incomparable Michael Cole. Bash in Berlin this weekend. 48 hours ago, the history that you guys were able to capture. Tag titles that changed. Legacies that were further developed. And these European PLE crowds, it reminds me of, well, a Denver Broncos crowd. Because over there at Bash in Berlin, they never stop roaring. You are looking live at the sold-out Uber Arena. The world's heavyweight champion, Gunther, is here. The last time we heard from the Ring General, he was celebrating at the post-show grilling set. My focus now is schnitzel and a beer. Well, the party's over and a new challenger is needed. We will hear from the heavyweight champion. And at long last, CM Punk knows what a massive win on the WWE premium event feels like. It was the scarring strap match. Now, what's life after Drew look like for Punk? Plus, they've got their gold back. Look at those on the shoulder. Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill. They've returned stateside as the women's tag champions.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Rhea
Well, when you were there in Germany with
You wonder if this hurts from what's it hurt?
Alicia Taylor.
Breathing like that?
That was quite the sight for the whole world. But finally, Mommy is back on top. And that must feel like the ultimate catharsis after the past few months of her life, her love life, her career going upside down. Finally, Mommy reigns supreme once again. And there's just a certain glow about Rhea Ripley that has been missing for far too long. It's back, baby!
welcome to Monday Night Mommy. Oh, it feels so good to be able to say that again, but you know what actually feels better than that? What happened at Bash in Berlin when myself and my terror twin, Damian Priest, we absolutely brutalized Liv Morgan and Dominic Mysterio. But and we're not done destroying the Judgment Day, no. We're just getting started. At Bash in Berlin, I pinned the Women's World Champion. So I think it's about time
You've
that I
got your
get
cup
back the
again,
one thing
Michael.
that I never actually lost.
Huh?
So
You
Liv
know those
Morgan,
cups right there behind us?
Yeah,
You forgot it this morning again.
I know. Well,
You want me to
there
take?
might- I think there might still be water in it.
I'll check.
If there is, I was gonna have it tonight. instead of
Yeah, there's still water, and why is your heater running?
I don't know. I asked 3 people to shut it off. And they never did. Thank you.
It's not even cold in your room yet.
If you're as tough as you pretend to be,
Who decides to show his face at this time?
Oh yeah, it's Mr. Champagne Super Casanova himself.
But why is he out there without her?
Maybe she's hiding under the ring.
Oh, damn, he's got a black eye. Hey, he's swearing instead.
dumb. No one wants to hear your voice, so why don't you go back there and get your little girlfriend before I give you another black eye?
Yeah, you tell him, mommy.
Looks like his eye is bleeding.
Liv is still recovering from what you did to her at Bash in Berlin. You and Priest.
You thought that Liv was your awesome in leather? Look at Rhea.
You and Priest took advantage of me and Liv. We were jet lagged. We didn't get any sleep for multiple reasons.
Oh, come on.
But I'm here to let you know that Liv will accept your challenge.
Well, but there's also the fact that I have a thing for wands too. So.
Just because she's a little banged up,
Don.
she's not afraid of you. Cállense! She's beat you before. She'll beat you again. And after I win the IC title and my Juanita and I both have gold!
Dumb! Let me put this in a way that you understand. Cállate, estúpido!
Oh!
I didn't know she spoke Spanish too.
Now, if the little courageous Liv doesn't want to come
Some
out
of these
here
words
face
that
me,
she's getting from
I
her
want you to relay
Terra
this
her Terra
message.
Twin tag partner, Damian Priest.
I'll face her anytime, any place.
Anytime, any place.
Mate, you don't want me to repeat myself.
Oh no!
What?
I guess anytime, any place. Live the silence now, Wade.
Liv Morgan perhaps not quite as banged up as Dominic Clay.
Oh! Rhea's tied up.
Oh, that's a...
Oh, her leg is caught in the rope. That's a dangerous, compromised position. She cannot defend herself. And Liv
She
Morgan,
does
with
the
the
whip
zip, is beating
t-shirt look
away. That's
justice too.
fortuitous
She looks
landing
good
there
in
for
tight, all covered in white.
She cannot possibly defend herself
She
in that
just
position.
hurt.
That's called
Yep.
insult to
There's
injury.
my boy, Damian Priest. Get him, bro.
Damian Priest.
As the two lovebirds stop, how much damage has been done to that ankle of Rhea Ripley?
Her entire body weight is hanging down, suspended just from that left leg. A completely compromised position that Rhea Ripley was put on from the sneak attack of Liv Morgan here in Denver, and she is wincing, writhing in pain now.
In clear distress, and Rhea Ripley started the evening claiming she was not done destroying the Judgment Day. In fact, it may be the ankle of Rhea Ripley that is now destroyed.
I was just looking over here, and she's reaching for that left leg. Hey, a week ago, there was so much anticipation for the in-ring debut of Uncle Howdy, and he came up with a very impressive win against Chad Gable. But it took the support of the Wyatt Six-Way.
Yeah, it was a great back and forth match.
I'm sick and tired of this crap. I'm sick and tired of losing to the Wyatt Six. Last week did not represent who we are as a team. You got Alpha Academy back here, laughing, making jokes at our expense, and we will not be put in that position again. We're not here to mess around this week. You three are the best athletes to walk through those doors in 10 years. And I need to see that you're sick and tired of it too. You're American made. Now go out and show them.
Was it me, or was there a little extra something on that slap?
That is one way to give your crew a pep talk, one for many. For this American-made group are built a little different. They have higher expectations, and they have their own way of achieving them.
It's going to be interesting to see how Julius Brutus and Ivy take to that style of coaching. American-made, and they will be up against Gable's old teammates. A 16 tag team.
The whole practice is a six-person mixed tag team match number one call. And to the left, accompanied by Chad Gable, representing American Made, Ivy Nile, and the Creed Brothers.
6-person tag match coming up next. American Made going up against Otis Tozawa and Maxine Dupree. That is next on Monday Night Raw.
Starting next Monday.
What dream come true?
3 straight weeks.
This might be a big moment.
It is main event time.
3 must-see shows.
Sunday Night Raw.
Friday Night SmackDown.
All in one place.
There can only be one.
Limited commercial interruption. With unlimited action.
This is chaos.
It's WWE Week. Only on USA.
Let's go.
Starting September 13th.
Top notch, extraordinary.
USA is the new home of Friday Night SmackDown. It all goes down on Friday Night SmackDown. Starts live September 13th at 8. Only on USA.
Making big moves.
Guys.
So this Friday it's still on Fox.
I get it. Rhea, I get it. Yo quiero matar. But you gotta let them do their work, right? You gotta listen. I'm gonna go to Pierce and see if he could be a match against one of these fools, because, yeah, pain needs to come, all right? While I do that, let them do their work. All right? I need you help me. Cool? Cool. All right. Take care of her, please.
Rhea Ripley in so much pain after the attack that she just suffered as American Made after Chad Gable tried to inspire his troops to step up after what he didn't like last week, and now he goes up against his former brethren in this six-person mixed tag team.
And your opponents, Primo, Maxine, Dupree, Akira Tozawa, and Otis, the Alpha Academy.
Of course, Wade, for most of this year, it was really boiling up with these three taking so much abuse. And then finally, it was the July 17th edition of Monday Night Raw, when Chad Gable was finally on the outs. Notice several Maxine, they have really found themselves in recent months.
Yeah, you could not get two more polar opposite families, if we call it that, for Chad Gable. In Chad Gable's opinion, he's had a massive upgrade in the form of American made. They share his training philosophy, his combat philosophy, his philosophy to life in a way that Alpha Academy certainly did not, and the brawl is on from the off.
Not wasting any time as they size each other up.
And for me, this has to be a must-win matchup for American made. They've been humiliated several times in a row now by the Wyatt Six. Wins have got to start coming. Chad Gable. I see, the whole world sees that Chad Gable, real athletes. That's what Chad Gable is telling the world.
Three brothers getting after Tozawa right away.
Tozawa, once upon a time, the prized student of Chad Gable, clearly did not learn fast enough. The acquisitions of the Creeds and Ivy Nile could be huge for this man.
It seems like years ago when he first joined Alpha Academy as a junior member.
Alabama.
Julius just throws Tozawa down to the ground.
Wait.
Tozawa all that time as the cruiserweight champion.
Tozawa is zany's off kilter, highly unpredictable.
Well, here comes Otis.
Smartly getting out of dodge is Julius Creed.
Oh, good clothesline by Otis. Julius with a running knee. And a big knee right to the chin. As Otis is laid out just to our right.
Chad Gable loving what he's seeing from Julius Creed. This is the savage side of American made that Chad Gable had tried to instill in the Alpha Academy and failed. And I'll tell you this, you upgrade your family like Chad Gable did. You tell the world, no, these new guys I've got way better than the last crew. They better
Next
back those words up with a victory.
SmackDown. Nicket's
All-American
return
Duke with a
since
cross body
1999
punch.
when the corporate ministry took on the tag team of
Okay,
Texas
so let's try that.
Rattlesnake and Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Anyone else, world workout contest.
5'2" Ivy Nile, the Pitbull. And Maxine comes right after her. Remember, it was on August 12th when Ivy attacked Maxine and then joined forces with American Made.
That has brought out a very different side of Maxine over recent weeks. Far more aggressive than we've ever seen from her in the past. But I don't care how aggressive you get with Otis, it probably isn't going to work.
Otis taking out both three brothers. And now utilizing Tozawa with the airplane spin and taking each Creed brother down.
I just saw Otis slap his ass.
Simply no
He's like, give me that ass.
bizarre offense of Otis and Tozawa. You know what's going to happen right now.
Maxine Dupree is going up top. My, oh my! Maxine took out American Made. Alpha Academy in control. Look at her fly, folks.
This guy
I'm gonna get some
really
like
can
that.
try and break.
Large pizza late. That's a free pizza. Yes, free pizza means your next.
life and times of Kenya, from the fashion and flower walls that first brought Kim and Kanye together to their very public struggles and all the way up to the latest news of their impending divorce. But before that colorful Calabasas trip down memory lane, I'm joined now by my girl, managing editor of People Digital, Charlotte Triggs, to get into what's bubbling up and boiling over on people.com. Hi, Charlotte.
Hey, Janine, how you doing?
I'm good. Let's talk Royals drama first. We got the news last week, of course, that the Queen had issued an official statement basically saying it's definite. Meghan and Harry are no longer working Royals. And this is, of course, after their probationary period, after they had, announced that they were leaving the UK and going their own way. It's done now. It's a done deal. And in the statement, the Queen says, of course, that, doing that, being their own person financially and all that is incompatible with a life of service. But Meghan and Harry shoot back with their own statement. Service is universal, okay? Anyone can serve, and we definitely are going to continue doing that. So, Charlotte, essentially they're fighting over being good public servants.
They have a point, right? They want to express to people that they're not selfish. They want to express to people that they like to do charity work, that it's very fulfilling for them, that they wish to give back and to help the world. But the Royals definitely have seen that as a response to the Queen and like a little bit talking back out of turn.
Well, so what did they tell, what did sources tell the Sunday Times about like their response to the response?
Yeah, so according to the Sunday Times sourcing, Prince William has said out loud in apparently mixed company that he finds it unacceptable and inappropriate that his brother would have done that. And he's very upset and at once sad and also rather annoyed and angry that his brother would do that and that they as a couple would answer back to the Queen because that's just not done. What we know about the whole tensions that have been in the royal family, it really all boils down to William and Harry. There's a lot of emotion between them. They both had this traumatic past, right, of losing their mother and having to go through everything so publicly.
Yeah.
But William is in line to be the king, and he knows it. And he believes in the pecking order that exists. And William is just not as indulgent of the idea that Harry could, quote unquote, carve out a new modern role for himself. He believes in the traditional hierarchical structure. It's going to benefit him particularly well, not necessarily his brother. So therein lies the tension. Like, now in this new world where you can kind of just leverage whatever fame you're able to accrue through social media, he could probably do a lot of good for the family, right? But his older brother, who was the one who has more power in mind, and doesn't agree with that strategy and does not want to indulge it and finds it all very distasteful.
And so in the midst of it, they lost some of their royal patronages.
Right.
But they're still doing a lot. I mean, we heard that he will still have his Invictus Games. She will still have some of her charities.
I mean, you can't stop somebody from doing charity work, right? Like, and anybody wants.
And that's essentially what they're saying, right?
But I guess the distinction is, what the royal family believes the distinction should be is that
Insurance coverage. Your future self will pay. Just one thing, it's only $9.90.
They didn't look against the power. I want to see Chad Gable after this.
In the ring right now.
Fuck you. Hold on.
9 out of 10 couples report better sleep during a
Biggest sale of the year. The Queen Sleep Number Sleep Smart Bed is only $9.99. Plus, get free delivery when you add any base. Shop now at a Sleep Number store near you.
Today, where you work isn't as important as how you work. And if you're sitting too much, there is a better way. That's why we created the original Barrett desk. It lets people all over the world work happier and healthier. Our newest desks are designed for comfort. They assemble in minutes and they're guaranteed to last a lifetime. So invest in the best for your home and your health. Save up to 30% during our standing desk sale at Very.com.
Ladies and gentlemen, 12 competitors are about to enter the ring.
It's game on.
You need to be strong and shady. May the best flyer win.
USA's De Londres. New episode tonight at 11.
Brutus and Tozawa in the ring right now in our 6-person mixed tag match. And Tozawa has been struggling while we were away at break. And he's looking for the tag. And it's Julius who comes over and tears down Otis. Well, Ivy got the best of Maxine. So instead of a tag, more brutality being handed out on Tozawa.
This is really, really smart. And the ideas, the tactics of Chad Gable coming to the fore. Wow!
Look at the athleticism.
Brutus Creed. Brutus Creed is an absolute hulk of a man. And pulling up springboard moonsaults like that should not be possible. That tells you what the kind of athletes, competitors these guys are. What a massive upgrade for Chad Gable. He wasn't lying.
It's an opportunity for Tozawa.
Cannot write off Tozawa despite the battering he's received from these in-ring savages, as they call themselves. He needs to tag in the worst way.
He put himself in position, and he gets it. Here comes Otis. Meets up with Bruce, and puts him down. And a back spinning elbow. And now Julius, as he rolls away, and he gets some of his own.
Otis is a big boy, but man, he's got some tricks. They're just throwing Brutus Creed around like never before.
A backdrop nearly halfway across the ring. As Big Otis changes the complexion of this 6-person mixed tag.
Oh no. Oh no, Joe, you might have to cover your eyes here. No!
He's going for it. Caterpillar, baby. Here it comes. Oh, and the elbow.
You like that? You're worse than Michael Cole.
Listen to the crowd here, Wade. Everybody likes it except for you.
They're out of their damn minds.
Otis on a tear with the cover.
Otis
save coming in from Julius.
Not hooking the leg there, but Julius Creed taking no risk whatsoever. This is must win for American made. I don't want to see Chad Gable after this match if they don't get the victory.
Denver trying to rally support now for the big man. Tozawa with a German suplex.
Julius Creed feeling the power of Tozawa.
Oh, I know what.
Brutus's turn.
Wrestling organization that Damian Priest started at. It's the East Coast Professional Wrestling.
Once more.
Not supersonic, but it didn't work against the power of Julius Creed.
Otis sends him flying right into the barrier.
Sickening landing. Brutus might have to do this on his own.
From the top rope, Brutus fall.
How much has been taken out of Otis at this point? And now the least experienced member of the entire roster has to bring this home for Alpha Academy. Maxine.
Running knee was successful from Maxine. And she snaps Ivy over and picks up with confidence.
This is a very different version of Maxine. Something is snapped inside.
She kind of reminds me of Charlotte Flair a little.
Oh my word.
And now she's playing the role as...
Didn't you tell me you turned that off?
What the fuck? That I already did.
Okay.
It's getting a little toasty in here, Joe. I like this kind of thing.
A reverse kind of hook check. Gables up on the apron. Maxine had enough of it. Ivy, big kick.
Do not turn your back on Ivy Nile. And now
Oh, that sleeper's in.
Dragon
That Dragon sleeper's in. And the tap out and the victory as the Dragon sleeper of Ivy Nile.
Submission. American made.
American made, victorious over Alpha
Oh,
Academy.
baby. Let's hear a big round of applause for the greatest fighting family in all of WWE, American made. No, I don't suck. The Wyatt Six suck. Last week it was supposed to be a classic one-on-one match between me and Howdy, but of course he had to get his freak show of a family involved. But that's his fault because now I've seen what it's gonna take to beat him, and you're looking at it right here. So I'm calling you out, Howdy. Next week, right here in this ring, we want an 8-man tag team match. And in true good old American fashion, I'm gonna make sure this is the end of all of this crap because it's not just any tag match. We're gonna have ourselves a street fight.
Wow.
And we're not just gonna get rid of the Wyatts for you guys and for the locker room. We're gonna get rid of the Wyatts for America. So pick whatever 4 freaks you want. Get them ready for...
Well, you may get your answer, Jack.
you might get more than an answer. These Wyatt Six are not right in their head. This is dangerous ground for American made.
$375 days. My sanity crumbled. My path is in the void now. The silence is deafening. But I can still hear it. My life is no longer mine. So if this is the path that you have chosen, who am I to neglect you and your undoing? You gamble your very being, and we will collect the debt.
Away the challenge is accepted. As Uncle Howdy comes out and says, we will take it on the 8-man street fight. But I want to go back to what we said. Bo Dallas, a.k.a. Uncle Howdy. He has accepted plenty of challenges in his life. His family, especially his sister, so beautifully put it this past week when he had his ring return and celebrating his past return to the ringway. Not just the emotional toll of grief that he touched upon right there when he heard him speak from the heart, but career setbacks, injury setbacks. And next week, we're going to see something very special with these two. Wait, let's turn our attention now to the tournament that were missed up for the Intercontinental Championship #1 contenders.
Yes, indeed, because it continues this week, another first-round triple threat match. Now, Big Bronson Reed was supposed to be competing. He's not medically cleared, however, due to illness. So the Celtic Warriors Sheamus and Ludwig Kaiser will compete against the as yet unknown third competitor later on time for an opportunity to go to next week's Fatal 4-Way final.
Yeah, Big Bronson Reed not medically cleared to compete, so Pierce is working on finding a replacement. Hey, Dragon Lee, Ilya Dragunov, and Dirty Dom, one of the final precious spots for next week's Fatal 4-Way. That's tonight.
Tomorrow. Star Wars Outlaws, available now. Play Star Wars Outlaws on Xbox.
BK Royal Crispy Wraps. Eat it with the meal or have it as a snack. Only $2.99. It's a hunger hack and it fits in one hand. And BK, having your way.
Saturday, it's Notre Dame's home opener from South Bend. Then Colorado, Nebraska on Big Ten Saturday night. Followed by Boise State, Oregon, exclusively on Peacock. Saturday.
Joe and Wade back here in Denver, home to the 3-time Stanley Cup champs. Next Friday, SmackDown's going to be live in Seattle on its new home, right here on USA. You don't want to miss SmackDown on USA every Friday starting next week.
Zelina Vega.
And it is so good to see Zelina Vega back in WWE.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Into the difference from Queens, New York, representing the LWO, Zelina Vega.
She signed Hunting Wade.
I wish somebody would make signs for me. I literally entered the building, not one sign for me. There was already signs for Joe Tessitore.
We'll see if we can fix that next week for you.
Yeah, that's some real BS. But of course, there's about 1 million signs for Zelina Vega in here. Understandably, the Joe Tessitore really hurt me.
And she is Zelina Vega. Set Wild Summer fought for world title, then ambushed, not in action, returned for a little revenge last week, and now gets an official match.
Very emotional from the offshades, perhaps a backlash in Puerto Rico a couple of years ago.
And the official match comes against the target she wants, the Queen of Spades.
The Republic accompanied by Zoe Stark and Sonya Deville from Utah, South Dakota, representing Pure Fusion Collective, Shayna Baszler.
Pure Fusion Collective, a group that has taken out Dakota Kai, Hayden Carter, Katana Chance, and then the other name on that list. Well, here it is. This is what happened backstage with.
This was last Zelina Vega. And later on, well, this was last week on Raw. Zelina Vega returning, getting a little payback on the Pure Fusion Collective, who then ultimately, thanks to that distraction, lost their tag match to Damage Control. They're having some vengeance tonight.
Vega's been dealing with that badly injured arm after the attack, but she had to get some revenge last week. She said, yeah, there's the arm right there. Now deal with it like slap me.
And I get it from Vegas. She's a little hot-headed at times. We've got 3 dangerous women from Pure Fusion Collective out here. I don't know how wise it is to be out there with this trio.
By the way, to see the scene, what they did backstage, they had the arm up against the wood wall and then kicking it. brutalizing that arm. Well, that's part of the tactics of the Pure Fusion Collective. Half their battle is intimidation and instilling fear on everyone. Oh, Zelina Vega looking to return the favor to the arm of Shayna Baszler. Baszler really is just a torture machine in there. And Vega needs to be as nimble as she's ever been to stay out of trouble. It's interesting to listen to Zelina Vega in the lead up to this match. On social media the other day, she said, don't think about that, what happened for 3 weeks. Well, I had to sit home and watch. Zelina Vega with that fire and intensity she had. It's just been building and building for weeks now. And now's her opportunity to get the ultimate payback against Shayna Baszler. Yeah, the 619 to the shin. She said, promise you this, you say my name 3 times, and I'm going to show you the monster that I've been suppressing, because you say it's been building up. And she takes control early on here. So much to settle with Shayna Baszler. More to come after the short break.
The NFL is coming back with a 1-2 punch.
Oh, yeah, we're back.
Get what you deserve. You deserve it.
Hold on. Can you turn your computer off for a second?
What's going on?
I'm not really gonna go to sleep. I'm just closing my eyes for a second, hoping that if I close my eyes, this tired feeling will go away.
Take your time.
Thank you, Jeffrey. We know you're happy. We're glad to know somebody is.
You're always happy to see him.
Okay,
Put my computer back up.
let's see if this works.
Us. For less. Introducing the $7 Lux Craving Spice. Only at Taco Bell.
Fruity Fun Fruit Loops. Great crunchy Kellogg's Frosted Flakes. So yummy and nutritious Special K. And the OG of breakfast, Kellogg's Corn Flakes. You get to choose your favorite, or all of them. Kellogg's. Eat what you like.
For an effective defense against erosion and cavities, I recommend new.
While we were away, Shayna Baszler has been dominating the action against Zelina Vega, the 2-time NXT Women's Champion, the 3-time WWE Women's Tag Champion is Baszler. Just the rugged nature of Shayna Baszler, who rode through that early storm from Zelina Vega and has completely reset the balance in this matchup. Now Vega with a spinning elbow. Vega's a woman who's never going to give up, despite the pain, despite the overwhelming odds against her. Crossbody denied. Suplex applied. Baszler vertical, and then all of a sudden, Vega able to find a way out. And a clothesline slingshot. Jawbreaker move, perhaps desperation, but you've got that momentum. You have to use it against Pure Fusion Collective. DDT, Zelina Vega. Keep them guessing, keep them wobbling. Keep the focus and never forget about the likes of Zoe Stark and Sonya Deville on the outside. She's going up top. Moonsault Vega. The cover. And a kick out by Shayna Baszler.
Late kick out. And that's frustration now from Zelina Vega. That second attempt after a beautiful moonsault, despite the amount of abuse that small body of Vega has already had to absorb in this matchup. Vega trying to figure out how exactly do the opponent let Zoe Stark gets a kick for good measure, trying to get involved in the match.
Sonya coming down with Sonya Deville. Just a moment of distraction to clean up PFC, and it cost her because it gave Shayna time to recover, and the knee was applied, and the pinfall win. Shayna Baszler. Vega's attention went elsewhere.
Shayna Baszler!
What a savvy and evil trio this is, but my word, are they devastating. What a force in the women's division, and now Zelina Vega, 3-on-1 is about to commence.
This is so unnecessary. You see it time and again with this group. Their hit was a mile long. And now, here comes Lionel Valkyria.
The former NXT Women's Champion, who has had her own issues with the Pure Fusion Collective, as have the majority of the women's locker room.
Ground and pound against Zoe, but now Baszler tries to lock her up in the clutch.
Well, it's 2 against 3, and the 3 are winning. It was brave of Valkyria, but perhaps foolhardy.
Oh, right onto the knee.
Listen to me. Sit down, shut up, and show me some damn respect. Do you know what it feels like to stand here and watch them lay on the ground? It's a reminder of just how pathetic everyone is. And when I say everyone, I mean every single one of you. There's not a man in this audience that can take us home, and there's not a woman in the locker room that can take us, period. But you want to step up? Shoot your shot.
Sonya Deville with a message.
I don't think there's going to be too many people looking at.
Do you know what it feels like to stand here and watch them lay on the ground? It's a reminder of just how pathetic everyone is. And when I say everyone, I mean every single one of you. There's not a man in this audience that can take us home, and there's not a woman in the locker room that can take us, period. But you want to step up? Shoot your shot.
Sonya Deville with a message.
I don't think there's going to be too many people looking to take her up on that offer. Not if they're smart. Too much risk.
I want it to be and to get my hands on
I get it. So it's nothing serious.
it. Just a precaution, I'll be fine.
Awesome.
Happy thing appears good.
My part was fine. But Finn Balor, being the coward that he is, says he'll only face me in a tag team match. You can't be my partner. I got no friends around here, so it looks like I can't have a match.
Okay.
Nah. Tell Pierce is still on.
Yeah.
I think I got someone in mind.
All right. Let me know what he says.
Rhea may have the answer. It is CM Punk. He hunted down his beloved family bracelet by way of beating down Drew McIntyre in a classic strap match at Bash in Berlin. CM Punk joins us live next.
Friday, after an unprecedented Bash in Berlin,
Cody Rhodes retains the title.
a familiar threat.
The light beer with the clean.
Having your way. diabetes, but I manage it well.
When they have patronages, they are doing work.
I'm gonna go
on
use the
behalf of
bathroom. I'll be
the
right
Queen
back.
family. They can go do whatever charity work they want. And as a matter of fact, they did over the weekend for a women's shelter in Texas that had been negatively impacted by the horrible storm and the weather patterns there. They are doing work, but it's like at this stage, they're separate from the official royal endeavors and they're not doing it on behalf of the Queen. And that's what she cares about.
Very noble argument.
Right.
Between these royals right now.
Indeed.
But let's dig even further into Texas, Charlotte, because you did some great reporting on a story that just makes me cry, and pretty much anyone who has read it. You talked about the family who lost an 11-year-old boy to hypothermia because of the power outages in Texas. So take me into the story, how we found it, and the reporting you did.
Yeah, so obviously our human interest team has been hard at work, reporting this out all week and all of these, there's been a lot of horrible tragedies out of this Texas situation, but this one is pretty gruesome because it involves a young boy. So I interviewed his mother, Maria Luisa Pineda, and they live in Conroe, Texas. They were living in a mobile home, and obviously, as we have discovered, most places in Texas, they just don't do insulation because they don't normally need it. It's the temperatures down there dropped to like 10 degrees. That's unheard of. You never ever see that pattern there. So this family, the boy's name is Christian Pavon Pineda, and he was just 11 years old. They had moved from Honduras 2 years ago to Texas, as many people, obviously come to this country in search of opportunities and stuff like that. Coming from Central America to the United States, you're certainly not prepared for what snow is, what winter weather is. It's not something that you experience. I know my husband moved here from Costa Rica when he was a little boy, and he didn't have a coat because you just don't have coats down there. It's not the kind of thing that anybody's prepared for. So when it did begin snowing, Christian was excited. He went out in the snow. He was playing. His mom said that he slammed the door and a bunch of snow fell on his head, and they were laughing and laughing. And he's like, "Let me take a video of me." And she only started to get concerned and worried about, what was going to happen when the electricity was suddenly not working. And obviously, there's so much that then falls out of place when that's not working.
Yeah.
So basically, it's unclear exactly what happened. The coroner's office has indicated that they believe that this boy didn't have any pre-existing conditions and he was healthy. So the family goes to bed, no electricity. They're like pretty worried. The temperature drops down to 10 degrees. But they figured, we'll just huddle up together in, everybody in two beds. He was with his 3-year-old brother. She was with her husband and the baby. She has a baby also, an 11-month-old baby. So they were in two different beds. The next morning, she goes in to see him because the lights eventually did come back on. She goes in to get him up and he was dead in bed.
Oh my God.
And she said that she just started screaming, "Oh God, how could this be? What happened? Oh my God, this can't be true." And her husband was like, "We need to call the officials and call the police, somebody to come and check this out and see what happened." But it was very obvious that by that point, there was nothing to be done.
And they're saying hypothermia?
That's what people believe to be the case. It's, I think at this point it's a little bit unclear. I called her on Friday night. I was given her phone number by a family friend who was raising money through a GoFundMe. And I called them on Friday evening while they were out shopping for a suit for him to wear during the funeral service. And when she called me back, or I called her back 2 hours later after they finished that. And she, this poor woman is very young. And, it had happened 2 days prior, it happened last Tuesday. She says she can never go back to that house. She's living at an in-law's house right now and staying there. And she's going to, at some point, go find a place to live and get all her things and move out because she says she can never get back in the house. It's like a feeling of hard knowing that her son died there.
This is heartbreaking. And when you think about this happening, to a family that had so much hope, coming here. Charlotte, thank you for, just your expert reporting on this and for taking me through that. I appreciate it.
Thanks so much, Jane.
Next up, digging into the ups and downs, highs and lows of Kim and Kanye's 7-year marriage. Stay tuned.
Hey y'all, Marcy Martin here with a little Tampax story. One time I went on vacation in the Bahamas with some friends, and of course I got my period. I didn't want anything to stop me from living my best life on my trip, so I was like, why not be brave and try Tampax? Before that, I really just thought tampons were for adults, and I definitely thought they'd be uncomfortable. Guess what, y'all? They really are. It might take a few tries, but once it's in right, you shouldn't feel it, which is great. For a better way to period, just add Tampax.
All right, I am back with TV editor Brianne Heldman and senior writer Steve Helling. These are both Kardashian experts, and we are going to take just a deep dive into this relationship. You know, they said it wouldn't last, and I, for one, really thought they were going to prove them wrong. Forget the cliche, you guys. But we're at 7 years now, and we've gotten the news that Kim Kardashian and Kanye West are officially divorcing. But let's go back to the beginning. Let's go back to how it started. Brianne, talk to me about what brought these two together, this initial attraction between Kim and Kanye.
Kim and Kanye have known each other for a very, very long time, long before things got romantic. And even before that, Kanye had talked about how Kim was his dream girl. So for him, when they first started getting together, this was a dream come true.
But let's actually just go back and listen to a little bit of what was mentioned on, of course, Keeping Up with the Kardashians, where every love interest has their introduction, their moment where they're talked about for the fans and the family.
Kanye West is a rapper. Kanye has a new song out where he talks about falling in love with Kim. Kim and Kanye have been friends for years, and they've been hanging out lately, and I have no idea if it's serious or not, because I haven't really talked to Kim about it. I mean, just because I'm seen with someone, does it automatically mean that's my boyfriend? Yeah, but she actually didn't hold him for once, so I just... Why don't you stay out of my business?
So as you hear there, Kim and Kanye have just kind of been merging their worlds for a long time. And this meeting over, well, one, music, but also style was a very big, touchstone for them, right?
And you have to remember that they actually did have a lot in common. People forget that they both thought of themselves as being these paragons of style, and in a way, once it got together, it seemed to make sense to him.
Yeah, he completely restructured, and she's credited him for this, for restructuring her style and giving her this entree into high fashion. Kind of removing some of the department store looks, physically removing them from her closet in some of the early episodes of Keeping Up with Kardashian and saying like, no, monochromatic, high end.
Let me just say, nobody really goes to my closet and throw things in.
Okay, Brianne, I have to ask you, they had some very, very over-the-top just shows of affection. The Valentine's Day, the birthday, the engagement. What was your favorite courtship moment from Kim and Kanye?
I think it was a Valentine's Day, and it may have been after they got married, but it was in their home. Kanye set up all of these single roses in little vases all through this massive room, and then in the middle was Kenny G playing. And I just stared at these photos and tried to imagine setting this up. Who set this up? How did Kenny G get there? How long did Kenny G have to stand there while they set everything else up so he didn't knock things over? How long did he have to wait for her to show up? I had so many questions still. These are the lingering questions I really have for these two.
And they're even in the very beginning, there were those ups and downs because, of course, in Kanye, that song that he was referencing, she had been with Chris Humphries, and that relationship fell apart around the time she and Kanye were talking. He had been with Amber Rose, and that very, notably was a breakup that she had initially hinted was because of Kim. So they had both left other people to just come together with this strong attraction, and we saw the engagement, we saw all of that. But let's get into this Paris wedding that they had. And Steve, I know you did a lot of reporting on this. Talk me through what their wedding was like.
I mean, everything you can imagine for an over-the-top wedding, they did, but they did it more than you can possibly imagine. It was, she had several different dresses. There were everybody they loved was there. And the thing that people forget was that we all kind of knew that the wedding was happening, but we didn't know the details at the time. And so, it was, you couldn't turn on, like maybe CNN was leading their hour when Kim and Kanye are getting married.
It was just crazy. Let's take a listen to some of the moments out of that wedding.
It's really a dream come true. We are off to Paris. I can't believe the wedding is right around the corner. I am so
I want to go back to just a little bit of their artistic relationship, if we can, for a second. He has put Kim into so many of his songs, and it actually turns out that the music, that relationship is something that caused some turmoil in their relationships. And of course, I have to mention the Taylor versus Kanye versus Kim. Kim really came to his defense. So Steve, talk to me about like what Kim has been to Kanye in those down times.
We have to remember that Kim was his number one supporter, his number one cheerleader, always there. When things were down, she was encouraging him both publicly and privately. She was also running interference between Kanye and her family, who of course had definite ideas about what Kanye was up to at those times. When he was having, when he was on the downswing of, certain mental issues, she was there by his side. She was encouraging him to be with his kids, trying to help get him centered and focused on the help he needed. So, Kim has been a very, very big supporter of him.
Yeah. So let's listen to just, depending on what he has to say about what he struggles with.
But it's not an opposite. It's not I hate that I'm bipolar. It's awesome. It's actually, it drives more of how you really feel.
That's, of course, Kanye talking to Jimmy Kimmel about his just up and down struggle with bipolar disorder. And this is in the wake of when he went into the hospital back in 2016 and just a number of other issues. And this is what we have seen really have the deepest impact on their relationship, right, Steve, to bring us kind of to where we are now?
She did feel like she was taking on a lot of the burden of not only, these 4 kids, but then, of course, Kanye as well. And Kanye would be the first to tell you that, he wasn't great sometimes with taking the medication he needed to take. He wasn't great at self-care and that type of thing, which made it very difficult to be around somebody who's waking you up at 3:30 in the morning to talk about, some great idea that he has, and it makes no sense to you. And that's the type of thing that Kim did have to deal with, and that's the type of thing that really strained their marriage.
I mean, look, he was there for her in those moments that she struggled as well. We remember the burglary that happened in Paris and him, coming to her defense and really trying to, flying out there immediately to be by her. We did see a give and take of some sort, right, Brianne?
Absolutely. He was her biggest proponent. She was, honestly, when they first got together, seen as just a reality star. And now we know Kim to be this massive mogul. She's created all of these clothing lines and beauty lines, and she's considered so much more of an entrepreneur now than she was 7 years ago. And Kanye's a big part of that.
Yeah, and also, of course, we have to talk about what this means for the show as well. I mean, he became a big part of Keeping Up with the Kardashians, and then he kind of stepped back from that, if we remember. He wasn't featured as much. We even heard news that he didn't want the kids featured as much. Is this going to be just a big part of the last season of Keeping Up with the Kardashians, which we know is coming up?
100%. It will be a massive part of this final season of Keeping Up with the Kardashians. It will be interesting to see if the kids' involvement in whatever they create for Hulu will exist, or if, because of the fractured relationship between Kim and Kanye, if they take more of a backseat.
Yeah, Steve, do you see Kanye moving on, or what can you tell us about like how he's doing?
Yeah, well, I can tell you Kanye's not doing really well at the moment, which would have been one way or the other, whether or not the divorce was happening right now. He hasn't been doing well for the last few weeks. I do think that, he's going to bounce back because that's kind of what Kanye does. I guarantee you we're going to hear about it in some of his music though.
Yeah, exactly. And we heard that he was working on that. So of course, getting us to like where we are now, that presidential run that very ill-fated presidential run that he did. And for me, I know we're getting the news now that the divorce is happening and all of that, but it was those pictures of Kim outside of their place, meeting with him, bawling, crying. He's there in the car, and I knew in that moment, looking at those pictures, of this is it, this is over. But we haven't heard much from him since, and we knew he was working on music at the time. So I mean, maybe that is going to be the outlet for him. Whereas, of course, she has the show.
Yeah, I mean, I hope so for his sake that he has a way to channel his energies. The presidential run, which you mentioned, was kind of the straw that broke the camel's back. She didn't want him to do it. He did it anyway. She stood behind him as much as she could, but she knew it was bad. It wasn't good for his mental health. And, it was, I'm not saying that that's the reason why they got divorced, but it certainly seems to have sped up the process.
And now we, have to see what co-parenting looks like, right, Brian?
Yes, and they have agreed to joint physical and legal custody of the kids. And it sounds like things are moving along as far as settling the divorce rather amicably. And Kim is focused on studying for the bar. She's moving on with her life. They've been living separate lives now for several months. And Kim has been taking care of the kids, focused on her business, and focused on her legal career.
All right, well, we are wishing them the best, and we'll always have that Bound 2 video to see when they were riding along
on that motorcycle.
Happy as a day. All right, you guys, thank you so much. That was Brianne Heldman and Steve Helling. For so much more on Kim and Kanye, head over to people.com. Now, time for a little something to make you smile. Want to get away? Well, probably not as badly as Jasmine Harrison. She's a 21-year-old swim teacher from Yorkshire who has just become the youngest woman to ever row clear across the Atlantic. Listen. That was her warm reception in Antigua after 3,000 miles and 70 days at sea, you guys. But my favorite thing is what kept her going. She told The Guardian she ate mostly biscuits and chocolate the whole time. So you see, record-breaking just like that. Talk to you tomorrow.
Well, wow, that took you long enough. I thought you stuck out the window and ran away.
I didn't run away. I had to use the bathroom because I had drank that cranberry juice.
Dude, and it took you over an hour to use the bathroom?
You don't, oh, my fucking foot.
You don't what?
My feet's in pain, bro.
Okay, but that doesn't tell me why it took you over an hour to use the bathroom.
You see the drink that I had?
Yeah.
That's why it makes me use the bathroom.
But why did it take you over an hour?
I have no clue. Can we just get back to Raw?
Of course you don't.
This is People Every Day. Coming up, hey.
Sometimes I think you don't have a clue why you even exist.
It's a little pill with the big sword.
Or we witnessed
God damn it.
hack and it fits in one hand. And having your way.
I have type 2 diabetes, but
Okay.
You'll secure the exclusive experience. Jake Cargo, other superstars, along with premium seating and so much more. Folks, find your package today at onlocationexp.com/WWE.
I'm so sick of this week after week after week of this happening. They're running around, taking out half the locker room, interfering in our matches. I think it's time to fight back. Yeah, I mean, I know they have the numbers on their side, but I will take my chances week after week until we put them down. I think I've got an idea. We're in Calgary next week, right? Yeah. I'm ready.
The Vega is all the house you can get right now. This crowd is anticipating something special, and they just heard it. The best in the world. Punks in Denver.
What do you see? Sing it, Mike. Why not?
I'll sing when you explain to me why you.
I have to use the bathroom because if I don't hold in my
Right.
bladder, I will piss all over your floor. Do you want me to piss all over your
Well,
floor?
Okay, I get that. What I mean is, why did it take you over an hour? If it doesn't take me more than 5 minutes.
I'm a lot younger than you.
All the more reason it should have taken you less time.
It took me 15 minutes.
No, dude, it took you over an hour. So long that I actually fell asleep during the time you were gone. And when I woke up, you still weren't back yet.
Well, sorry.
But that doesn't tell me why.
Disappointment with SummerSlam, but how it ended it for Lynch. Serving up the 3 GTSs on Drew McIntyre, that final push in the strap match. And he comes here a conquering hero.
Well, you know, CM Punk, a guy in the world either loves him or they hate him, or they personally be in the latter category. They'll take nothing away from it. On Saturday at Basketball, CM Punk coming back to his best.
Hey, speaking of Punk, NXT's headed to Allstate Arena in Chicago, featuring CM Punk on Tuesday, October 1st. And Enterprise Center in St. Louis with Randy Orton on Tuesday, the 8th of October. The highly anticipated broadcast television debut of the CW Network. And tickets for both those events on sale now at Ticketmaster.com. Punk in Chicago and Randy in St. Louis. Man,
Oh, I forgot there was one other note that I wanted to. One other thing I wanted to touch on. This coming Friday, Friday, September 6th, we will not be coming to you with WWE Friday Night SmackDown on Fox so that we can bring you a special Friday night edition of AEW Collision. The reason that we're coming to you with Collision on Friday is because, and Collision will not be on this Saturday, is because Saturday night AEW will be on pay-per-view, being that we don't get pay-per-view access on Saturday we will not be coming to you at all. So this week we'll come to you Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and then again next Monday. So we just wanted to let you all know that while we were thinking of it.
Set your DVRs and set your calendar for September the 6th for this Friday for a special AEW Collision. Mike's right. We will not be showing SmackDown, but he will record SmackDown and we'll watch it Sunday live.
Well, we could watch it Saturday.
Saturday or Sunday.
That's 8, 7 Central. So for at least 1 week, there will be a Friday Night War. So we hope that you join us for that. Now back to Monday Night Raw and CM Punk.
Real life never gets sick of it. I always wonder, man, are they gonna care? But I gotta ask, is it great to be alive on a Monday night in Denver, Colorado, or what? Come on, let me hear you. We're celebrating, and I can't wait to get home to my lovely wife and my beautiful dog to celebrate. But I needed to make a pit stop here in Denver to celebrate with you. Show of hands, who saw Bash in Berlin? The strap match was hell, maybe one of the toughest matches I've ever been to. And I mean it when I say it. It is good to be alive and on the other side of something that was a very ugly and personal issue for me. And now that the personal is out of the way, guess what, Denver? We get to get down to business. Because that's what I am. I'm a businessman. When I came back to the WWE, I said very famously, I'm not here to make friends. I'm here to make money. I'll take that money however I can get it. Cold hard cash, love from you, direct deposit. It's 1996 and I'm Patrick Waugh. I'll take it in gold.
That's cool.
I don't know.
Speaking of Bash in Berlin, there is one other person that went through hell. Speaking of gold, there's one other person who had a tough battle and came out on top. That's right, I'm talking about you, Gunther. This is what I mean when we're talking about business. You put Randy Orton through hell. You took Randy Orton, one of the best to ever do it, to his limit, and then you went past it. Congratulations, you're the champ. Nothing can replace the chip on my shoulder other than that belt. I put Drew McIntyre to sleep, and it's time CM Punk woke up as champion. So Gunther, congratulations, champ. Enjoy it. Because we're going to enjoy taking it off of you. The goal is gold. The target is Gunther. My name is... And we're going to celebrate, Gunther. Gotta get used to hearing Cult of Personality. Let's celebrate. Hit my music.
CM Punk feels like he's on top of the world right now.
but has a new target weight as he calls out Gunther, the heavyweight champion.
It's a brave thing to do. I mean, after Gunther's performance against pretty much anyone he's ever been in the ring with, it's not surprising though. CM Punk is feeling himself. He out-top Drew McIntyre and Basher were in the most brutally designed matchup possible. The strap match, and now he wants to take himself back to the top of the world.
He is on top of the world. Oh, he just got taken down. That is Drew McIntyre in a hoodie.
Hold on, I missed something. Wait a minute.
It's not surprising though. CM Punk is feeling himself.
Gunther, my name is. And we're going to celebrate, Gunther. Gotta get used to hearing Cult of Personality. Let's celebrate. Hit my music. CM Punk feels like he's on top of the world right now, but has a new target weight as he calls out Gunther, the heavyweight champion.
It's a brave thing to do. I mean, after Gunther's performance against pretty much anyone he's ever been in the ring with, it's not surprising though. CM Punk is feeling himself. He out-top Drew McIntyre and Basher were in the most brutally designed matchup possible. The strap match, and now he wants to take himself back to the top of the world.
He is on top of the world. Oh, he just got taken down. That is Drew McIntyre in a hoodie.
Won't too much in this game. Drew McIntyre clearly not ready to put CM Punk in the rear view mirror.
He's on top of them. Oh, this is brutal. This is brutal. Wade Barrett is getting involved here. He's been a long-time friend with Drew McIntyre. He's warned him before, admonishing him, advising him not to get suspended, to consider his career and his future. Meanwhile, CM Punk is badly damaged on the announce table after celebrating with the fans here in Denver. And he's gone for Claymore! You've got to be kidding me! He just broke through Wade's restraint and Claymored CM Punk. Wade tried to talk sense into him. 48 hours ago, it was Punk who finished Drew in a strap match. He comes here and says he's in the rearview mirror. He calls out Gunther, and that's how McIntyre responds. Tosses him into the ring. Wade's still trying to get his attention, trying to calm down the rage within Drew McIntyre. This is going too far.
Guys, Drew is gone. I don't know who you've got right there. You're going to have to send all of them.
Wait, the look in his eyes when he broke through to get to him on that Claymore here on our table.
Joe, there's nothing I can do. Something has gone wrong in the mind of McIntyre. I can't stop this.
That would be it. And CM Punk looks like he's in no position to defend himself. The sneak attack, the Claymore kick, the first now he's dashing it. He's kicking him in the head.
Send everyone you've got.
You can hear him saying, I want that bracelet back. The sheer brutality.
There's Kenny Dexter, Jason Jordan, and
The
Sean Devine.
that CM Punk worked so hard to regain in Berlin is now back on the wrist of his most bitter rival in the most heated rivalry that the industry has seen this calendar year.
That's all Drew needs. Let him have it and get Drew out of it.
He needs medical attention right now, and safety is what he needs. The names of his wife AJ, his beloved dog Larry, on that bracelet that was just snapped in half, and the beads are strewn all over the ring.
Symbolic of everything CM Punk holds dear. i.e. his family.
Drew McIntyre has crossed the line that we have yet to see. And he's shoving the beans and punching out. They
Ew.
have to stop him.
Hogan, dude. Sanitary, not sanitary.
This has gone far too far.
Don't look at me. There's nothing I can do. There's nothing these guys can do.
Here come officials. Here comes Adam Pearce. And he's beating
Get him off of him.
I've just not seen. I've known Drew 20 years. I've not seen this.
Drew, you damn psychopath. Get the hell off of him.
It was on to Gunther. Drew came out from under the ring, the black hoodie, and said, "No, I'm not done with you at all." And in a year of brutal attacks, you remember what happened to Roger in Chicago?
Well, he doesn't have to have it now because once he took it back, he broke it.
They're waiting for medical attention for Punk.
Yeah, mercifully, it looks like McIntyre is done getting the hell out of him.
Now here comes the EMT, the stretcher, the spinal cord, as Punk is badly damaged here in Denver.
Wow, you built this?
It was easy on the front of the pocket.
WWE Week, only on USA.
Now, during the commercial break, there has been such concern here at the Ball Arena in Denver, Colorado. To see the scene that's unfolding right now, the kids have secured CM Punk to the spinal board. This is why, Wade.
CM Punk out here celebrating a victorious Backstreet victory over Drew McIntyre, thinking McIntyre was in the rear.
Okay, first of all, where the hell did Drew McIntyre came from?
McIntyre, a beat down, send a message, I'm not leaving you. And this is me trying to talk some sense into him. It was apparently mission impossible. Took a hell of a lot to try and satiate Drew, but we thought in this moment, the broken bracelet that meant so much to CM Punk snapping that, surely that was enough. But no, shut down the gullet of CM Punk, who was choking on these beats, was hit with a third claymore before mercifully being carted out.
This is seen live.
Oh my God, not again. Come on.
Oh my God.
Oh. You psychopath, get the hell off of him.
Forget suspended.
Just arrest him.
Fired. Absolutely. Criminal charges be brought for this.
Oh my
I was
God.
just to turn to you and say, this is a man that you've known.
If that was my mother,
You turned to me during the commercial break and said, I saw something different in his eyes. That was before we witnessed the attack near the ambulance.
I saw a guy.
Talk about deranged. That was scary as hell.
Recognized me, swung at me too. That's not happening 20 years.
My God.
That was attempted murder.
We will see
And now here comes this dumbass.
the what's transpiring backstage in the medical condition of CM Punk. Put that aside for a moment as we turn our attention to Dirty Dom and a spot like this.
Is a first round triple threat match in the Intercontinental Championship. Number one contenders, tournaments, from San Diego, California.
Is this continuing in the tournament or is this the beginning?
It's the triple threat match.
I know, but is this the start of it or
the semifinals?
Oh,
It's the quarterfinals. And then the semifinals is next week on Raw for the Fatal 4-Way. And then we have the number one contender.
Earlier tonight, injuring the ankle of the Eradicator.
Dragon Lee. This tournament, the second chance he's ever had for a title shot. He lost in the first round with a chance at the U.S. Championship some time ago.
This is a man who Rey Mysterio calls the future of Lucha Libre, almost an adopted son for him. Dominic Mysterio must be pretty unhappy about that.
I want to remind you that Bad Blood is presented by Morgan & Morgan, America's largest injury law firm. Injured? Go to forthepeople.com. And by Wendy's, new saucy nuts. Take the nuts you love and sauce them up in 7 bold flavors like honey barbecue, garlic parm. Try it all today for a whole new way to dug. It's gotta be Wendy's. Triple threat to see who gets a shot at the Intercontinental Championship to advance in this tournament. And one of the most dynamic high motor athletes of all, the last participant in this match. Ilya Dragunov, limited experience against these two. In fact, he's never competed against Dragon Lee, and he's only been in with Dominic Mysterio once, successfully defending the NXT Championship.
There is no fear in the heart, the soul, or the mind of Ilya Dragunov. He'll fight anyone, anytime, and he always brings his best. What an opportunity it is for these three tonight to step up in this first round matchup in the Intercontinental Championship tournament, but they get through to next week's fatal four-way final that already includes the likes of Pete Dunne and main event Jey Uso. The winner of that match next week will go on to challenge the Intercontinental champ, Bron Breakker.
And Pete advanced a week ago on Monday Night Raw when we were in Providence. The fatal four-way will be next week in Calgary. As Dom's looking each way and then sends an elbow and a forearm and a kick. Now Dragunov and Dragon Lee returning the favor, teaming up against Dirty Dom.
Scared of Dirty Dom, that's why he's just too good. Smart thing to do by Ilya Dragunov and Dragon Lee. Kind of namesakes. They're dragons.
Shoulder block from Dragunov.
It's the problem with Dragon Lee. So rapid, so much movement. Even Ilya Dragunov, one of the most prepared athletes in this tournament.
No, and Tom trips him up, Wade.
You can never be ready for Dominic Mysterio, though. Mr. Loverman, Shabba. All the ladies in this arena just staring open mouth at the mustachioed Lothario that is Dom Mysterio.
The arena that I'm in with you right now?
Yeah, that's the one, Joe. Pay attention, mate. Just look around. Stop looking at all the Joe Tessitore sides. That's not what I'm trying to point out to you.
Dirty Dom with a chop against Dragunov, and Dragunov just stares him down. He is so tough. He is so fiery.
Pain just awakens Ilya Dragunov. Kind of guy who is so fierce, has such a fanatical approach to combat. He strikes fear in the hearts of anyone he steps through those ropes with.
Is he going to go for it? Wow! Double suplex by Dragunov.
Tonight on USA's newest reality competition show, The Anonymous.
I don't know if CM Punk is going to probably wait a minute. Remember that scratch match between Shawn Michaels and Batista and Matt and Jeff Hardy?
Yeah,
What if they have that match for Bad Blood?
probably something like that.
Ultra close
They better have to start the match on Angle in this match.
Yep. We're still smoking that bacon.
Dragon Lee and Dom
I don't know what
Mysterio.
we're having for breakfast tomorrow, but I'll check out when the wrestling's
in this
over.
#1 contenders Intercontinental Championship. So a triple threat, returned by Ilya Dragunov. Dragon Lee and Dom Mysterio had a heated rivalry over the NXT North American Championship.
Three superstars have all held NXT gold in their time. Great champions looking to step it up to a whole new level and try and earn themselves an opportunity for Intercontinental Championship gold. Dominic Mysterio, desperation splash into the cover. And a kick out by Ilya Dragunov. And a kick out again and a save by Dragunov. And all three guys now starting to show a lot of wear and tear on their bodies, gasping to try and get some oxygen back in their lungs, but Dragunov is stirring. Hey, listen, oxygen in your lungs were at 5,280 feet. He catches the 619, and he's fired up with Dirty Dominic's grip. Oh, kick right to the sternum on the apron. To the wall. Competing at altitude like this, 1 minute here feels like 2 minutes anywhere else. And that move right there, that Death Valley driver, may well see the end of Dominic Mysterio's hopes for victory. Dragon Lee looking to rally. Well, with Dragunov down and perhaps out, this is the moment Dragon Lee needs to make good. Right. Carlito comes in and pushes him off. This is classic Judgment Day. Why does Carlito need to do this? Simply don't work alone. Carlito's nothing to do. You may want to start running now, though, Carlito. Not that way, the other way. Damian Priest is going to take care of it. Clean up the mess of the Judgment Day, interrupting this triple threat. Priest made some promises to Rhea Ripley that he was going to punish the Judgment Day. That kick is bounced off him. Here he comes. He's chasing down Dom. Priest is chasing Dom through Ball Arena. Dom's those doubles and lungs for counts. Is Dom just going to give up on the triple threat match? Is he just leaving the arena because of Damian Priest chasing him down? They're about to get mauled by the Punisher himself, and this triple threat now is apparently turned into a one-on-one matchup. There's no disqualifications in this kind of match. If you're Dragon Lee and Ilya Dragunov, take advantage of the great opportunity. Oh, look at the level change by Dragunov. We're about to find out just how good these two really are. How badly they want it. Look at this shoulder putting on in the middle of the ring. It's all worth it for a shot of gold. And this is where top superstars find that new gear when they need it. Dragunov's just what Dragon Lee. Dragon Lee. Look clumsy. Both guys struggling for some sort of control, and that'll do it. Powerbomb into the pin. And a kick out by Dragunov. Both these guys are so worn out, so beat up, scrabbling for whatever they can. And this leaping powerbomb attempt by the Luchador just within a split second of qualifying for next week's Fatal 4-Way final. Crowd here in Denver appreciating it. 11,308 crowding for Monday Night Raw in a triple threat match that's now just become a singles match between Lee and Dragunov as Dominic Mysterio was chased out by Damian Priest. Second and high landing on the back of the neck of Dragon Lee. 2 count in the kick out by Lee. And those who study the career of Ilya Dragunov know all about his toughness, but we are seeing something entirely new here from Dragon Lee. Great mover, fast, high flyer, tough as hell. Such an opportunity for Dragon Lee. I spent time with him last week. He was talking about just this. You climb the ropes. I'm back in the Luchador every single time. There's the stomp. The stomp to the chest was bad enough for the back of the cranium of Ilya Dragunov bouncing hard off the apron. And that's the double whammy right there. Dragunov no clue where he's at. Dragon Lee ready to put this one to bed. Still fighting. Rolls him up. And a kick out by Lee. How the hell does Dragunov know where he's at? Oh, what a big knee that was. And that kick right to the throat. Big shoulder comes in from Dragunov. Hooks the leg. And the win. And Ilya Dragunov advances. Here is your winner, Once Dominic Mysterio was taken out of the equation, these two gave it everything. Take nothing away from Dragon Lee. Wow, what an effort, but it was that torpedo Moscow from Ilya Dragunov that scores him the win.
And I love this. What respect between these two. Dragon Lee and Ilya Dragunov, so aware of the circumstances. They put on a show. Once Damian Priest cleared this place of Dirty Dom Mysterio. So now we have it where Jey Uso, Pete Dunne, and Ilya Dragunov are all advancing to what will be the finals. The final Fatal 4-Way match coming to you next week. That's going to be thrilling. You still have one spot.
Don't forget, Sheamus,
We're calling it a season premiere.
Ludwig Kaiser or one mystery opponent. Another triple threat matchup tonight to crown the final competitor in next week's Fatal 4-Way final. To see who's going to compete against Braun Breaker next.
Wait, through the years, there have been few moments that have created more of the instant, did you see that buzz than what we saw last week in Providence.
I'm here with Raw General Manager Adam Pearce. And Adam, with Bronson Reed out of action tonight, there is a massive void in that triple threat match. Yeah, you've got Sheamus, Ludwig, and then have you found a replacement for the third?
Funny enough, this has turned into an all-day process. As you can imagine, that locker room is coming out of the woodwork because the Intercontinental Championship is up. Braun, what are you doing here?
Oh. You're looking for somebody to replace Bronson Reed in this triple threat match.
Yeah, but you're not even supposed to be here tonight.
I get it. I'm a little banged up from what happened last week. Medical told me if I could go, that it's up to me. And I could go.
Look, I don't know how you're standing here in front of me, much less asking for a match. But if medical said you can go, and you could look me in the eye and tell me you can go,
I can go. I want this match tonight.
Well, that's pretty poetic. Braun, you're in.
Thank you.
And I'm going to talk to medical.
Kathy Kelly capturing the I can go from Braun Strowman, and Adam Pearce says he's in, but you can hear the pain in his voice.
You can hardly breathe. How small that is. The storm came to Germany this weekend, didn't it? Yes, it did. And the storm carried away a couple of pieces of gold back here to Denver.
And what a match it was for the EST. When we come back, the tag champs will sit back and join us to watch Damage Control and Byron Dawn for #1 status on Monday Night Raw.
Peacock. 2 nights back to back on NBC and Peacock.
Wednesday, the fastest film.
For Monday Night Raw.
Who walks out the inaugural WWE Speed Women's Champion?
Back here in Denver for Monday Night Raw.
I'll tell you how I
You know, it's interesting to put it in perspective with damage control because Kyrie Sane and Io Sky have held WWE Women's Tag Team titles in the past. But as a duo, they've never held the gold as a team. So wait, this match, a big step in potentially changing that. Yeah, they want to take this duo to the next level. They got a big win last week against the All Fusion Collective. Thanks in part to Zelina Vega, but now they're looking to parlay that momentum into a championship opportunity against the tag champs Belair and Cargill, who are joining us at ringside, getting a front row seat. We might know that they get a chance next. Io and Lara. Io's going to be the first of the women's speed.
You're hungry already?
What a show that is. I can't wait to see what the women can do with that unique format. And I'll tell you right now, the tag champs are looking fantastic. Look at the outfit on Cargill. Doesn't it just feel right, though, to see gold on the shoulders? Doesn't just feel right. I can think of two women who would disagree with what you're saying there, and that's the two women heading out here right now.
And your opponents, the team of Island Dog and Alpha Fire.
The climb back begins immediately for Fire and Dog. They held the women's tag titles for 77 days. And then, of course, you know what happened just 48 hours ago at the match in Berlin. Belair and Cargill got the best of them. Yeah, here's the problem when you're no longer tag champions. You don't get favorable treatment in any way. You have to think Fire and Dawn. They're going to be beat up. They're going to be exhausted after their exploits all the way over in Berlin. I think that's about 8 different time zones away. And that match against the new tag champs Belair and Cargill was only 48 hours ago. And they have to hope that the anger and desire they feel to reclaim what they see as their goal will supersede that exhaustion tonight. Oh, wait, you were there ringside in Germany on the call with Michael Cole. What was your biggest takeaway from that championship match? The biggest takeaway, Belair and Cargill were never pinned or submitted when they lost their championships. They guaranteed that they could beat anyone and they were good to their word. And Fire and Dawn will not be happy about that. You really struggle to see how Belair and Cargill can be beaten at times. But one of these two teams is going to give it a go. Kai against Alpha Fire. Kyrie Sane, the Alpha Fire, of course, injured at the moment. Easily confused with those outfits. Back fist to Alpha Fire, and now the genius of the sky is launched. Taking down Alpha Fire, the former tag champs, perhaps in disarray. Sky and Kyrie Sane mounted up on the tag champs. Who's going to become the new number one contenders? Look at that.
Starting September 13th,
Top notch, extraordinary.
USA is the new home of.
Why they always say that they're going to be premiere? We already know that SmackDown started in '99, and we already know that Monday Night Raw started in '93. I just don't get it.
I don't either.
And it's really starting to drive me freaking crazy.
While we were away, it has been a long and difficult stretch for Kyrie Sane. She's trying to fight back now against Alpha Fire. A masterclass by the former tag team champions Fire and Dawn, desperate to reclaim that mountain, get another opportunity at Belair and Cargill win this match, and that's exactly what they get. Wait, Isla Dawn just caught smack right in the face. Sane trying to make her way over for a much-needed tag, but it's denied by Alpha Fire. How vicious is Alpha Fire? The best that Europe has ever produced, but she's just been knocked silly. Desperation DDT by Kyrie Sane and the fresh
Monday Night Raw.
beating this matchup in a big way. She's calling for it.
Oh.
Let's see if she can get it. This audience fully
He's saying, what are you guys,
behind damage
are you
control
watching?
one in the
What are you talking about?
Got a message on YouTube.
That said it.
What are y'all watching?
Well, of course we're watching Monday Night Raw. It's Monday. This is a Raw watch along. It's always a Raw watch along.
Except for
you learn when you pay attention.
Yet
And it's Joe K.
Subscribe, by the way.
Now steps on Dawn's foot.
This is Fire and Dawn, who have been beating the hell out of Kairi Sane for the past 5 minutes, partially exhausted themselves.
It's Damage Control versus Unholy Union.
Showing that elite athleticism.
Io Sky knows Alpha Fire particularly well. Used to be a tag team together, even won the Women's Dusty Cup in NXT once.
Look at the leg and the cover. And a kick out.
Know each other's strengths, they know each other's weaknesses. How quickly can you figure out how to break the armor of your opponent? Time to the gory special here.
Puts a kick right in the face to Dawn. And then reverses course.
Io Sky was absolutely anticipating that attempt by a former tag partner, Alpha Fire. And looks like she's closing in on victory.
Shoulders down. And
Florida.
As Isla Dawn came in, you see the champs sitting just to our right. Taking it all in.
Desperation dive by Isla Dawn as you thrown to the outside. Belair and Cargill getting a front row view for what is likely to be.
Oh, no! Oh! They pulled Bianca Belair into the mix and she took the front of it.
That was a double whammy. Isla Dawn getting the hell out of the way, not surprisingly, and Belair has been laid out at ringside. Not the intent from Kairi Sane. The effects played for all to see, but this match is continuing. And Kairi Sane has barely moved since. Although stirring now.
And now Jade Cargill, frustrated ringside, takes it out on her. She's got great concern.
Everything's going into meltdown here. Belair and Cargill, Kairi Sane laid out. Io Sky's going to have to win it on this.
Hooks her leg.
Gonna have to win it on her own, but she can't. And now behind the referee's back. Isla Dawn with the cheap shot. And things are suddenly looking very good indeed for the former tag team champions.
Alpha Fire is legal.
Gory special, face buster, good night.
Hooks the leg. And the win.
Oh my God, I used to do the sleep walking ring.
Bianca Belair back on her feet after taking the brunt of it. Kairi Sane came off the top rope out, and they got pulled into the mix. And I think Fire and Dawn are saying, yeah, you guys deal with it. It happened. We won.
The new #1 contenders for the women's tag team titles amidst the chaos, Fire and Dawn.
All I'm saying is that they haven't defended their titles in over 2 months. You know what I'm saying?
It's just the Hammer Horn. It's been going crazy.
Look, man. So I just want to have a proposition for myself and boys, if that's cool.
Champion. The world heavyweight champion, the Ring General, Gunther joins us next.
Tomorrow, after an epic NXT No Mercy,
Julia has arrived in NXT, and it's even.
Did you know your new favorite burger has hand-smashed patties made to order, hot and melty cheese, and a tangy sauce? How rude of me. Let me introduce you. The all-new Sonic Smasher. Live free, eat Sonic.
You want to live free?
okay,
Get off your...
Show off. The $6 meal deal is here. It starts with Dunkin's legendary coffee, a toasty, melty bacon, egg, and cheese sandwich, and a crispy, crumbly order of hash browns. It's kind of the biggest deal in breakfast. The $6 meal deal, available now.
That sounds very good.
Wait, you
To
actually
truly
had hash
embrace the
browns?
fun life,
Hash browns? Yeah.
you must learn to let
Me
go.
too.
Bienvenidos a la vida más fina.
Saturday is Notre Dame's home opener from South Bend. Then Colorado, Nebraska on Big Ten Saturday night. Followed by Boise State, Oregon, exclusively on Peacock. Saturday. Friday, after an unprecedented bash in Berlin,
Cody Rhodes retains the title.
a familiar threat returns.
Cody Rhodes, I'm trying to achieve is coming for you.
How will the American Nightmare respond? So, what do we want to talk about? It's the final Friday Night SmackDown on Fox. Friday, 8/7 Central.
A sellout record-breaking time race in Randy Orton.
This is People Every Day. Coming up,
I've been lucky enough to live a life I've never even imagined.
repeat organ donor Ryan Flynn on his calling to give. Plus, the latest on Tiger Woods' accident and Law & Order's Mariska Hargitay and Chris Malone. This is People Every Day. Coming up, Tiger Woods seriously injured in a car crash. Plus, Shailene Woodley and Aaron Rodgers' engagement confirmation. A school board under fire, and I catch up with Beats Tony Hale. It's February 23rd. Hi guys, this is People Every Day, presented by Macy's. It's me, Janine Rubenstein, and it is Tuesday. Later on in the show, I get to talk to the very sweet and very funny Tony Hale, all about life after playing Gary on Veep, the new season of his animated show, and parenting amid quarantine. So stay tuned for that. But first, let's get into this really scary news about Tiger Woods. The LA Sheriff's...
Tomorrow we're having cereal.
Jesus Christ.
Alright. I can't even tell you how to get to Dom, but I see you cheesing. You said yes?
No.
¿Cómo? Well, what you say?
Yeah.
I still have to have a talk with him, though. Appreciate it.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the WWE World Heavyweight Champions, the Ring General, Gunther.
The other day, Berlin Gunther had family and friends everywhere supporting him. Of course, here in the States, sometimes his persona, his ways, not as friendly and appreciated. Although no denying the respect that he has earned from everybody. Wait, fighting through the injured shoulder in Berlin. That Gunther just at his indomitable best. This ring general, the World Heavyweight Champion, is a vision of the future in this industry. I don't care who you are around the world. You aspire to be in WWE, NXT superstars. You want to be a world champ. That is the level you have to get to.
A lot of comments tonight.
The game has moved on because of this man, Gunther. And I struggle to see who the hell is going to take that championship from the shoulder of the big Austrian.
On Saturday, Bash in Berlin was the highest grossing gate for an arena show in the history of WWE. And you Denver degenerates have the honor to look at the man responsible for it, your World Heavyweight Champion, the Hängener Gunther.
He had to drop the degenerates. He was so friendly 48 hours ago over here.
Back in the US, I understand it.
And there's more to celebrate for me because on Saturday, I've beaten one of the greatest legends this business has ever seen. And yes, I said a lot of personal things to Randy before this match, and even though I was right, I only said those things because in Berlin, I wanted the greatest Randy Orton of all time. So now I can stand here in front of you and claim that I have beaten the greatest version of Randy Orton. But that's all right, because at the end of the day, that big weekend was just another chapter in the legacy of the greatest World Heavyweight Champion in history.
Who was the last guy to beat Gunther with? Sammy's here.
This is called raining on the parade on somebody else. Sami Zayn maybe well advised to steer clear of the ring general right now.
Gunther, it's just crazy to me that I'm in the back there listening to what you're talking about, and it's so funny that you're talking about legacy, because I've taken these last couple of weeks to really think about this Intercontinental Championship reign that I just had, and thinking about where I've been and where I'm headed. And when we talk about the legacy of the Intercontinental Championship, everybody talks about it as the great workhorse title. And they talk about all the greats that have held that title. But what people always forget to mention when they talk about that championship is that the true greats, I mean the greatest of the great, the legends. I'm talking about the Macho Man Randy Savages. I'm talking about Stone Cold Steve Austin. I'm talking about The Rock, Triple H, Shawn Michaels. I'm talking about my hero as a kid, Bret the Hitman Hart.
Yeah.
The best there is, the best there was, and the best there ever will be.
Don't forget Ric Flair.
Intercontinental Championship first.
He was the
And they
Intercontinental
used that
Champion
as a
at once.
stepping stone
Was he?
to the
Yeah.
next level, the World
I
Heavyweight
remember
Championship.
that.
I think it was back in 2006 when
Every
he
single
fought
one of those
Toledo.
guys, that's what they did. And Gunther, that's exactly what you did. And now, that's exactly what I am going to do. I am coming after the one championship that has eluded me my entire career. I want the World Heavyweight title.
But you know what he forgot when he mentioned Bret Hart? He forgot the excellence of execution. Remember, that's what Gorilla used to call it.
Well, Sammy, you're right. All those guys you named, including me, we used the Intercontinental Championship as a stepping stone. And after our title reigns, we step up. Let's be honest. Whenever you held the Intercontinental Championship, you cannot step down. And that impressive list of legends you named, your name
Why?
is not
I
on that
noticed
list.
that.
But I give you one thing, I think that's why those people really like you is because whenever you get knocked down, you pick yourself up and you return to this ring. Whenever things don't go your way in your career, you pick yourself up, you brush it off, and you return in the middle of this ring. And now you're standing in front of me to challenge me for my World Heavyweight Championship. And I think that's very impressive, Sammy, because when I hear you talk, I hear the passion in your voice. When I look at you, I see the fire in your eyes. So if you really want a shot at this, if you really want this more than anything else, my answer is no.
What?
He said no.
Huh?
A mic drop, a walkout, and a simple response of no. You gotta earn your opportunities in the ring, General, especially when he's clad with the hardware that is the world.
Hey, hold on! Hey, hold on just a damn second! Wait a minute! Hey, Gunther! I've watched you your entire career and I've never seen you back down from a fight. So why are you backing down from this one? You want to know what I think? I think it's for as great as you've been and for all the great guys that you've already beaten. You know full well that ever since you've been in WWE, I am the only guy who has beaten you in the middle of this ring.
He's got a point.
Got your attention now? You can run, you can hide for as long as you want, but Gunther, make no mistake, I am coming for you, and I will be a World Heavyweight Champion!
I mean, WrestleMania 40, you know what happened with the Intercontinental. This is a different Gunther here coming off of what we saw in Berlin.
I'll tell you this, Joe. The words Sami Zayn just uttered rattled Gunther. That is rare, but I also know this. Gunther makes it his mission to remove every stain from his record. You won't forget about Sami Zayn.
With the departure of Damian Priest from the Judgment Day, it has created some unique relationship dynamics, as you can imagine. Priest wasn't earning a lot of friends during his Judgment Day run, but tonight he has somebody who's recently seeking a title with him now as a partner.
Didn't have to be a genius to figure out what Rhea Ripley meant. It appears to be official. Priest will team up with former foe Jey Uso in tonight's main event as he looks for vengeance against former Judgment Day running buddies, the tag champs Finn Balor and JD McDonough.
Fought for the World Heavyweight Championship just a few short months ago. Together, Jackie Redmond with Jey Uso.
Tess, thank you so much. And by the way, congratulations on your debut tonight. I am here with main event Jey Uso. And Jay, the guys were just talking about your history with Damian Priest. So I was wondering if Damian and Rhea have given you any advice as you get set to potentially face Intercontinental Champion Ron Breakker.
Nah, Jackie, yo, but we're going to get through that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, got my hockey shirt on because we in Colorado right now. Yeah, it's my J night, bro. We about to turn up all the way, Jackie.
Never been a member of your family to beat up a member of mine, and you're not going to be the one to do it. So listen, Jay. Keep chasing after mommy. Keep eating. Keep doing your thing. All right? Because I'm going to give you one chance. One. Walk away. Drop out of the tournament. And keep chasing after Dominic Mysterio's sloppy seconds. Because if you don't, you come after me, my Intercontinental Championship, you're going to lose.
Thanks for the advice, rookie. Don't worry about money. I'm going to get money. But you have my attention now, Bruce. I'm going to win this Intercontinental Tournament. I'm going to win this Intercontinental Championship. And I'm going to beat your ass while I do it. Yes!
The Intercontinental Champ, Ron Breakker, harsh words for Jey Uso, who will be in the Fatal 4-Way finale to try to beat him. I feel like I can hear Pat McAfee in his house right now, getting ready to say one big SOB.
That's what the life was. Appreciate that. Good, classy guy.
The following is a match in the Intercontinental Championship #1 contenders tournament. Introducing first, weighing in at 385 pounds, Braun Strowman.
Wait, after last week's car smash tsunami, everyone thought he'd be out for some time. Somehow he's here. Big Braun Strowman, triple threat in this contender's journey. Next, I can't believe he's fighting tonight.
Well, he can barely warn this might be a bad idea, but when an opportunity goes on the line, you try and take it.
Starting next Monday.
What dream come true?
The best liar wins.
USA's The Anonymous. New episode next.
Back here at Ball Arena in Denver, some WWE history through the years. The first pay-per-view in Denver was Vengeance Day 2003. Kurt Angle, the winner of the WWE Championship, then defeating Pleasure and Big Show. It's been a wild night at Monday Night Raw. And it may get a little more crazy as still to come. We see Finn Balor and JD McDonough against Damian Priest, and as we have found out, Jey Uso.
That would be a highly volatile matchup in our main event tonight.
Braun Strowman somehow gets to go after the tsunami on top of the car a
You
week
know what
ago.
they never said?
This is what happened Saturday night as Sheamus, who is the only expert to pick Georgia Tech.
All the way to the bank of fuel.
And here he is now in Denver. Triple threat.
You know what they never said?
What?
When JD and
No more
who was it?
motivated superstar
Yeah.
in this
Go against
tournament.
Jay and
And the
Damian
Celtic Warrior
on the
Sheamus,
belts
a
of
man who
in that match.
never say he did it all in
No.
WWE. The one thing missing
And
on
I
this
wish it
record,
was.
an Intercontinental Championship reign. Victory tonight gets him one step closer.
Why? Why? What is this fucker doing here?
And your opponent from Pittsburgh, Germany, weighing in at 220 pounds, representing Imperium, Ludwig Kaiser.
Kaiser was back in Germany, of course, this past week. On Friday, took advantage of the Open Challenge for the U.S. Championship. Fell short against LA Knight. And tonight, trying to take a different path to earn a significant title challenge.
The man's got to taste the singles gold now, and what a picture it would be in Imperium. Ludwig Kaiser, Intercontinental Champion, comes the World Heavyweight Champion. Wow, what a scene that would be.
And I'm so glad he's nowhere near our Alicia Taylor, the great ring announcer, because what he did on Saturday, taking that mic out of the hands of Samantha Irvin.
Well, it wasn't very polite, but man, it sounded good introducing Gunther. But Sheamus does not need to be asked twice when it comes to punching Ludwig Kaiser in the face. These two have been brawling for
I see
months.
some. This is
This is simply
predictable. Right?
benefiting Braun Strowman.
So Braun's just standing there
Yeah,
looking.
he's getting a walk around.
Nothing to do, let
I
them take
did.
each other out. That's what I
And then what
like in this
happened to him
situation.
and then Bronson
Oh,
Reed?
momentum.
Takes them both out. As the freight train came around, and instantly you see him grabbing for that left side. Only 7 days removed from suffering that unbelievable tsunami at the hands of Big Bronson Reed, who is not medically cleared to be here tonight.
How much does it irritate?
He's going for another one. Oh, right for the barrier!
Maybe short and unsweet for Braun Strowman, who is going to be in the Intercontinental four-way matchup next week.
Exclusively on Peacock. Saturday.
Sheamus and Ludwig Kaiser all alone in the ring in this #1 contenders triple threat match. But Braun Strowman, the third competitor, he went through the barrier moments, already dealing with a badly injured rib, and he has not been seen for some time.
Yeah, a bit like our earlier triple threat matchup. This was essentially turned into a singles match, and it's the German Ludwig Kaiser now in complete control here.
Back on August 5th, they met up on Raw. That was the last time Sheamus was in with Ludwig Kaiser, and he soundly defeated him, hit a bro kick, and had a pinfall victory. And now he's lining up to do this again. Here goes Kaiser. We've seen this time and again. Oh, my! A chair comes out of nowhere and was just thrown into the face by Braun Strowman.
The monster has stirred, and now it is Kaiser who is down and out. The missile.
The mass air thrown from Strowman straight at Kaiser as
speed lining up Sheamus.
There is life in this big old beef planet. On those ribs, suddenly he can't feel them at all.
Choke slam by Big Braun Strowman into the hook of the leg of the cover. Look at this way.
Ludwig Kaiser at full speed getting dropped by that chair launch by Braun Strowman, who then launched the 280-pound frame of Sheamus down into the mat.
Smart to get out of the way.
Back
Right
onto those ribs.
right to that lower back side rib area as he's got to get to work on it.
J-Mo knows exactly what he's doing. He's been around the block a million times.
10 beats of the Modern against Big Strowman.
Just concaving words from Sheamus.
And a knee.
But perhaps that is really it for Strowman. But Kaiser lining that Kaiser roll.
Hooks the leg. And a kick out by the Celtic Warrior.
Say something for the durability and toughness of this man. Should have been laid out, should have been down and out, finding new levels, a great technician, and now perhaps it's all over.
Kaiser steps up with the kick.
Insecurity to the face. Bro kick.
He can finish him here off the bro kick. Hooks the leg. What is that? Pete Dunne, no!
The former brawling brute now attacking his former mentor, Shillelagh.
And a Shillelagh to the back.
My name is Pete,
Pete
and I love to fight.
Who has been tormented by Sheamus. And has been getting after him.
Numerous moments for the past few weeks, Sheamus is done.
And now an opportunity for Braun Strowman power slam. And the cover. And the win.
Here is your winner, Braun Strowman.
Pete Dunne is sitting here hovering over Sheamus. Braun's got his arm raised. He's headed to the finals. But it was Pete Dunne who took it away from Sheamus. Sheamus hit the throw kick, was set for the win. And a Shillelagh attack later. And it's Big Braun Strowman advancing.
I appreciate you taking this match and being my partner, but we have a past that I can't ignore. So we got to talk about it.
Oos. Man, believe it or not, I used to be you. No friends, lost your family, but I still respect you. Plus, man, I ain't gonna say no to real.
All right, fair enough, fair enough. Look, this beating we give this late match Judgment Day, it is for real.
Let's go. Weapon.
Yeah.
Our main event is set, Wade.
Starting September 13th. Top match extraordinary.
Coming up next is Anonymous
Show off.
following Monday Night Raw. But now we are at the main event with Yeet and the Terror Punisher.
Wait, they're still on a commercial.
Department reported that the legendary
I'm
Lawler
getting to my
was
point,
injured
Michael.
in a rollover car accident out there that happened around, I guess, 7 a.m. this morning. And they had to use the jaws of a life to free him from the car and then transport him to the hospital where he's receiving treatment, literally in surgery as I speak right now. We know that he was the only one in the car, thank God, because he has kids, and that's the first place my mind went. But there's not a lot out there about how he's doing, if he's recovering, how bad it was. So just really putting out good vibes for everyone involved. Okay, let's get into some lighter news. Joining me now is Deputy Editor Wendy Novel and Music Editor Melody Chu to help dig into all the other top stories out there. Hello, ladies.
Hi. Hi, Janine.
Hi. Okay, so let's get into this happy news, right? Shailene Woodley, actress Shailene Woodley, she made it plain. She told Jimmy Fallon, I am engaged.
that you are engaged to football great Aaron Rodgers. Is that true, or congratulations in order?
I mean, I've been reading that too, which is it's kind of funny.
Yeah.
Yes, we are engaged. We are engaged.
Now, this is the first time we're getting the confirmation, that she and Aaron Rodgers, famed football star, are engaged. This is happening. And now this is something we knew, kind of, right? Wendy, they were dating. He said he was engaged. And now we're getting
What
the
is she
confirmation,
talking
but
about?
there was some secrecy around them a little bit.
Well, I think it was such a surprise because it's like so many things during COVID. We hadn't seen it happening before our eyes. You know, they were able to kind of hide this relationship. I think not deliberately hide it, but just because there haven't been events and you haven't been able to go out, and she hasn't been able to go to a football game, as she said last night, they were a little under the radar.
He's a
let's scratch your back
huge
before we go to
football
sleep,
player.
Michael,
This
okay?
is like his everything. And she is not, right? Like, she is not that Giselle that is just rooting from the wings, right, Mel?
No, and sometimes you wonder when people
There you
say
go.
things are like, oh, I didn't know who he was, or
Mm-hmm.
all that. I actually believe her because I just don't think, like, she's never been a huge sports fan or football fan, rather. And I don't know, it's just so funny. She's like, I never thought I'd be marrying a football player. And I believe her.
I do too. I mean, if you know Shailene Woodley, she's a great actress, of course, but she is an activist. She is, my favorite thing is that she makes all of her own products, like her own deodorant, her own shampoo, like, so she just doesn't seem like the cheerleader type in the seat. So you can tell that they've connected over something deeper, right?
Yeah, she even mentioned that. She's like, I know him as the guy who loves Jeopardy. And, she went on to talk about her role in Mauritania and about this innocent man in Guantanamo Bay. And so you see this kind of connection and a different side to Aaron Rodgers that I think people aren't used to seeing, which is a great thing. And she also so nicely teed up his hosting gig on Jeopardy, which is going to be coming up in April. So it was a well played moment.
I'm excited for it. What are we thinking wedding wise? Like, what do we envision? I want to dream cast this wedding dress. What are you guys seeing for the couple?
I feel like they'll be in like a
I
forest with fairies.
read something on the internet
Live
the other
that
week,
hippie
Michael.
lifestyle. I see her like barefoot. I don't know.
Yeah, I think very naturally. She just went to Patagonia and had a beautiful trip there and has done so much for the environment and animals that it'll be.
Yeah. I read something on the internet, and I heard that the ECW Championship might be coming back to the WWE shows.
Good for you.
Low impact wedding, very beautiful, probably very small.
And you're gonna look to the right and see, these like soft florals on all the bridesmaids, and then there's gonna be these 6'10" linebackers lined up on his side. I can't wait. It sounds so fun. Guys, some serious news that's just continuing, ongoing. We're in Bachelor Nation right now, and we are getting a statement from Matt James, the organization's first Black Bachelor, finally addressing all of the drama that has been going on surrounding race, essentially, on the show. And one of the contestants, Rachel Kirkconnell, who was honored to have made some, racially insensitive missteps in her past. We find out that she's still a big front runner on this show. Up until last night, my producers who are stans, they watch the show incessantly. They were saying, she was the one who got him to say, like, he's falling in love with her. But let's go to his statement and how this complicates things. Mel, what can you tell me about what he had to say about all the drama?
So he's gotten a fair amount of criticism for staying silent or whatnot. But I think what people have to keep in mind is that he's also learning this in real time. They're sequestered during the show, and contestants always say we only spend collectively maybe 24 to 36 hours together. And so he just didn't know about any of this. And so last night he finally said, it's been a really challenging time in my life. And now that he's sort of had time to process, he put out this really pretty heartbreaking statement. I mean, it was such a swirl of excitement around him when he was cast, and now all of this is happening. And he also hadn't had the same experience as other Bachelor leads where they know this show, they know how it works. He's kind of thrown into all of it. and he's navigating all of this controversy for the first time. So, yeah, I mean, he says he's been devastated, obviously, by everything that's happened, the conversation between Chris Harrison and Rachel Lindsay, even aside from Rachel Kirkconnell. There's a lot more going on.
Yeah, and what was interesting to me and his statement, you can totally feel him. He's in a very precarious position. But even more so because we're dealing with things that happened in the past that we're watching currently and drama that is unfolding currently. But he does not invoke Rachel Kirkconnell in this statement really at all. What would we say could be the reasoning for that, Wendy, in terms of how to do this dance?
Well, I think, he obviously has some feelings for Rachel, and he's probably sorting those out given these learnings. And I think one of the most touching things about his statement is when he was talking about Rachel Lindsay and how, Chris Harrison really wasn't recognizing the load that she was carrying and trying to explain this to him.
Yeah.
And, that's something that we see play out every day, that we rely on some of our Black friends and colleagues to educate us and not recognizing that that's a burden that they carry. And it's important to recognize that and listen and learn from that.
For sure. And it made you realize it's a burden that he is probably carrying as well. He said there were, it showed kind of systemic issues within the franchise. And, who knows what he's dealing with. He said in a statement, he will, have a lot more to say at the end of things. So we will know how all of this played out soon enough. And lastly, you guys, let's get into something that is a little more universal to all of us. Did you hear the school board in California, in Northern California, where I'm from, did you hear those tapings that went around a school board hearing where you have these school board officials just talking very loosely off the cuff about parents?
So if you haven't heard this story, basically there was a school board meeting, which they thought was closed to just the school board. And what they didn't realize is actually that was an open Zoom session to the entire community.
Yeah.
And they said some disparaging remarks, and you would kind of think 1 year in, we would have this Zoom thing figured out.
Mm-hmm.
And this was much more than a blooper. They said some remarks that really just were inappropriate and uncalled for, basically referencing teachers as babysitters and that parents were upset that they weren't getting their babysitters back.
Yeah, wait, actually, let's listen. It's recorded. It's going around there. Let's listen to a little bit of that.
Are we alone?
Yeah.
If you're gonna call me out, I'm gonna f you up.
Wow. Wendy, just as a parent.
I think we're
Look,
probably
we're gonna talk about both sides of it. We're gonna
already.
talk about both sides of it, okay?
Hold on.
But let's be right. As a parent, how did you feel when you first heard this?
I felt like, okay, we should all know by now, the world is watching.
Yes.
Ted Cruz knows that, the school board should know that, any parent with a kid on remote learning should know that as you're walking by, all that kind of stuff. I think what is really difficult for parents and teachers and school districts right now in this country is we're all kind of at our breaking point.
Yeah.
We are all desperate for our kids to get back to school. We are all, piecing this together each and every day when the remote learning schedule changes suddenly, when there's a snowstorm that you have to, work around your work schedule as you're, doing Zoom office meetings and things like that.
New heights. Rookie mistake.
Great.
A well-hidden dog.
We didn't have to spend a lot on his head. Oh.
Show off. New heights. NXT, Tuesday at 8, only on USA.
I mean, there are yeet puddles everywhere here at Ball Arena.
You just cannot tire this Denver audience out.
Monday Night Raw following Bash in Berlin.
World Tag Team Champions, JT McDonough and Finn Balor.
Yeah, they won those titles back on June 14th right here on Raw. But what they've done is reshaped Judgment Day. That's the focal point tonight because non-title match, yet so much more on the line with the torn relationship with Damian Priest.
You're absolutely right, Joe. Usually a situation like this, you get a non-title opportunity against the tag champ. You think to yourself, if we beat these guys, you know what, we'll probably earn ourselves an opportunity at the goal whatsoever. Because I don't think that has entered the head of Damian Priest at all. This is not about career advancement to him. This is personal. It's about settling a score with some former friends who stabbed you in the back.
This is about the Hurt Business. And for the first time since that break, they are officially in a match. And look, are you kidding me? I mean, seriously, Finn? You're gonna do that? Just tag in McDonough?
Damian Priest wants to battle all of the Judgment Day, no more so than Finn Balor, the man who stabbed him in the back in that match with Gunther at SummerSlam.
Oh my God! What? He just kicked him all the way to our announce table. Now he's gonna get a piece.
Balor's got no choice but to get involved now. Of course, he's not legal. It is JD McDonough who's legal, the nimble and crafty Irishman. But the much stronger Damian Priest immediately back in control.
With the big elbow to the big head of McDonough.
Really a devious game plan by the Judgment Day that simply didn't work.
And here comes Jay.
Main event, Jey Uso living up to his name and feeding off the energy from this audience.
Into the cover. Kicked by JD.
And how smart was that of Rhea Ripley? You need an emergency tag partner. Who do you go for? I don't know, maybe 50% of the greatest tag team of all time, the Uso twins, right here in Jey Uso.
Double teaming Jey Uso.
Oh, yeah! It was never going to be easy, was it, Joe? They ain't the tag team champions for nothing, you know.
And Balor stomping down on that upper back.
All the yeeting in the world cannot help you at this point.
Leg drop off the ropes, and JD McDonough in control against Jey Uso as his Finn Balor now the legal name.
Balor especially bitter and angry about how Damian Priest used to speak to him in his days in the Judgment Day, often talking down to Finn Balor, treating him like a rookie.
Well, his point was that once Damian Priest became world champion, he says he changed. That it was all for one, one for all, and that just wasn't the case after that.
Well, I spoke to Finn Balor about that. He told me Priest would never have been a tag champ, never would have been a Money in the Bank winner or a World Heavyweight Champion without Balor et al. Backing him up.
Oh, come on, I know who you are. You should turn around and get back to business.
Talk too much smack to JD McDonough. Portly individual to say the least.
Up and over, set by Jey Uso. Here he comes. Lower that top rope and go fly, my friend.
Real tag cohesion between these two. The Judgment Day are in big trouble. Can Jey Uso and Damian Priest pull out a victory here?
Ladies and gentlemen, 12 competitors.
USA's The Anonymous. New episode next.
Looking for a smarter way to... Pad has hundreds of scrubbing strips.
And yet teachers have it are just, you know, they're
I'm gonna
jumping
go watch
in
the Hands in the bathroom.
obviously they are teaching kids in real time in the classroom, and then they're teaching kids who are remote at home
Yeah.
because you have multiple cohorts. And You also have school districts who, in many cases, have not had a lot of guidance from state and federal authorities that say, this is what works, this is a good plan. And so we're all just so frustrated. And I think, you know, if nothing else from this episode, I hope it reminds people to just have compassion for everybody, that, you know, don't discount the teachers, don't discount the parents. I appreciate teachers more than anything. I do not, you know, they're not a babysitter, they're vital for my kids' future. And so we have to keep that in mind as we're grappling with these issues.
Yeah, I would say all of that, and also if you don't have anything nice to say, don't say it at all, especially not on Zoom. Because like you said, people are watching. I know my son is half in, half out. He has this hybrid situation that's going on right now. And look, we're not teachers, so I get both sides of this. And so did the school board. They took it very seriously. They issued huge apologies. Some of the members have stepped down as of now. So they're handling it, but just give each other grace, right?
Exactly.
Count your blessings right now. You don't have to do it's chaos. I was just gonna say, oh my gosh, that's fair. You guys, thank you so much for joining me today.
Thank you.
Coming up after the break, Dr. Tony Hale on his own remote learning quarantine parenting struggles. Stay tuned.
The last thing you want to hear when you need your auto insurance most is,
thank you for calling. Please listen to your list of 46 possible service options.
which is why when you choose USAA Auto Insurance, you'll get great service that is easy and reliable. 24/7 online service for claims, access to roadside assistance, and more. All at the touch of a button. Start getting the service you deserve. Get a quote today. Ability to receive a quote depends on membership eligibility. Membership eligibility and product restrictions apply. Subject to change. USAA means United Services Automobile Association and its affiliates, San Antonio, Texas.
Racetrack pizza, it's hot and fresh. With bubbly cheese, it's the very best. I'm talking made in store, fresh every time.
Yeah, that tracks. Racetrack's pizza is deliciousness that really sings. Buy one slice and get a second for just $1.
Cause it's honestly just really good pizza.
Racetrack, never get you going. Buy one slice, get one for $1. See store for details.
I am joined now with Tony Hale to tell me all about, of course, Archibald's next big thing, but just about him and how life's going. It's so great to speak with you.
It's good to see you. Crazy times, crazy times.
Crazy times. Okay, we're going to Archibald, but I have kids. You have kids. How are you doing it? How are you doing this thing that they're making us do?
You know, it's weird after, I know. How old are your kids?
I have a 5-year-old and a 6-month-old.
Oh,
yeah,
you're busy.
That
You're
part.
busy. That's tough. I have a 14-year-old. So, and actually she's going to be 15 next week. So,
Loy, right?
Loy, yeah. And see, the hardest part is yours is a totally different game because they're so little, but for her age, it's just being away from her friends.
Yeah.
That's just, remote learning is definitely challenging, but just to not have that social component, that breaks my heart.
Are you guys able to do any like pod type situations or like, well, I'm trying to figure out, it's been so long now, but I'm like, I gotta do something.
I get it.
Getting ridiculous.
I get it. We have a bubble of another family that we're all very careful about who else we see, and then that's kind of, and she's very close to their kids, so that's huge. And we'll do like we just did a Valentine's white elephant gifting thing where everybody brought a gift, and then you got to steal gifts from each other. So just to kind of be creative, get a pinata.
That's great. When I did for Valentine's Day, we stuck up Valentine's from like his favorite characters and stuff all over the house. It was like, you know, like Luna Girl and all these other, they say that they love you or you're their Valentine. So he was like going around searching for Valentine's from like Elmo and whatever. We're just trying to figure it out.
Has he seen the new Toy Story? Have you seen the new Toy Story?
Oh, yes. He's obsessed with the new Toy Story and he's obsessed with Porky.
I know what I need to do. I'll send, what's your little one's, what's his name, the 6-year-old? Reese.
Mhm.
I'll send Reese a little voice recording from Forky just to
Oh
say
my
hi.
I haven't
Like-
told him I'm speaking to Porky right now. He's going to lose his mind. Thank you so much for that. Okay, so that's another voice, another offering for the little ones out there. DreamWorks Archibald Next Big Thing, which of course is a animated series that stemmed out of the book you wrote back in 2014. So take me back to why this even came about, how it came about.
Yeah. Well, years and years ago, I was doing Arrested Development, and I kind of learned the lesson that I was on a great gig, and I was still looking to my next gig. I was wondering what my next gig was going to be. And it was that whole thing that if you're looking to your next adventure, you're going to miss the adventure that you're on. And so I wrote the book about that with my buddies, Tony Boyagan and Victor Huckabee. And I really loved that experience. It kind of came and went, and I just loved doing the book. And then my buddies Jake and Drew heard me do a book reading of Archibald at this bookstore in LA. And they had the idea, like, what if we pitched a show around Archibald? Because he kind of learns the lesson of being present. And then in the show, he just has this attitude of, he makes a lot of mistakes, but he has his attitude towards it is like, you know what, it happened, let's go with it. And he sees the best in everyone and the best in every situation. And having worked on this little chicken for like the past 40 years, he is pretty much.
Yeah, for those who don't know, it's a chicken.
It's a chicken.
It's chicken.
And he's pretty much become my role model because, especially after the year we've had, you know, people are not seeing the best in everyone. They're not seeing it's.
Okay, let's see if we have a commercial time here.
Locked her away. Woo!
Judgment Day in control of the corner Jey Uso. This odd, unlikely pairing of Jey Uso and Damian Priest that came to be basically as a favor from Rhea Ripley asking of Jey Uso. They don't have any chemistry as a tag team.
Yeah, not at all. Not only that, they're also fighting each other for World Heavyweight Championship at Backlash not so long ago. How can you really expect to compete with the World Tag Champions with that lack of history, lack of cohesion against clearly the best tag team on Raw? And it's gone downhill massively since that initial burst of energy from Jey Uso and Damian Priest. This to me was inevitable, Joe.
No doubt about it. Looked like there was just a moment of hope for Jey, and then all of a sudden, Judgment Day comes right back on top of him. As they're taking their turn, and a springboard seated and into the cover, the hook of the leg by JD for the win. And a kick out by Jey, who desperately needs to get the tag from Damian Priest.
Let's talk about the history between J.D. McDonough and Finn Balor. J.D. McDonough was brought into this industry over 10 years ago by Balor, trained in his school in Ireland. So much chemistry, so much cohesion, and that is why they're in complete control now. And things are looking bleak for Priest, and especially main event Jey Uso.
You can see JD working that left arm. Jey Uso, that was going on throughout the commercial break when we stepped away for just a moment as well. Jey back to his feet. Can he find the strength? Can he rally back? Sends a right hand against what the crowd here in Denver was chanting descriptively as bobblehead. Bobblehead. And now a series of yeet-leveling right hands. And one last one for the... Oh, and the bobblehead gets back at him.
So effective from Jey Uso with some dying embers in his body, managing to flatten McDonough and give his team at least a glimmer of a chance when he needs this tag, Joe.
Is that insecure enough to create the opening to let Damian Priest out of the cage? Here he comes. Just smashing his former allies.
As volatile as they come, on the Judgment Day wanted anything but this.
Big right hand from a big striker and a forearm as well.
There is just a darkness burning inside the massive body of Damian Priest right now. and he's unloading on his former Judgment Day teammates.
How good does this have to feel? And now he's left in there. Oh, he's trying to roll him up. His spin. But a kick out.
As good as that fell, things will feel incredibly bad for Priest if he loses this one. Massive limb length coming into play. Coming off power at the pass.
6'5" plus. And that big leg getting up to take down Finn Balor.
Tapping into that blind range that cost him at SummerSlam, now using it to his advantage.
He wants south of heaven here in a Rocky Mountain High. Rolled up, countered it. Kick out by Priest.
Let's not forget, Finn Balor, former world heavyweight champion in his own right. Distraction with the
referee didn't see it.
Going with the drive by the there you go.
He didn't see it. Hook of the leg.
Just a late kick out from Damian Priest. Agony on the face of the Punisher. Things might be about to get even worse on the wrong side of the tracks now. Against two men who know his every weakness.
Angle break free in a double clothesline.
There was a tag. I don't think Balor and JD were aware that the legal man is now Jey Uso.
Double cross body. Super kick. Knocks him out. And another one to JD. Big spear here.
Spear. By God, spear. By God, spear.
He's going to lock
Going up for the turnbuckle.
And Jey Uso is about to stomp a mud hole and walk it dry.
Oh, Liv Morgan just here.
Liv Morgan comes out of nowhere to disrupt Jey Uso.
Yes, I hope he gets that t-shirt wet.
And crashes him down right on top of the ropes.
Well, if not for that, it was certainly game over for JD McDonough. In the drop zone of Jey Uso, and there's no way back from that without the intervention of Liv Morgan.
Liv Morgan, who started the night brutalizing and injuring Rhea Ripley.
It is going to be a night
5,
of glory
6,
for
7,
Liv
8,
Morgan
they
with the
live
Judgment
right.
Day.
And now complete control from Finn Balor and JD McDonough.
This has turned into a walk in the park for the Judgment Day.
Cobra Cross! He hits it. Moonsault JD! Hooks the leg! Priest comes in and saves it!
Sterling just the right moment, that awareness of Damian Priest, that durability.
What the?
Her leg is badly damaged! Rhea Ripley with a clutch to help her left leg, and she's being fought by Liv Morgan. The riding her, she's the one who did it to her with Dirty Dog.
Oh, I get it. Okay.
How's it feel, Liv? Beat down by crutches.
Rhea Ripley just tough out that most.
On one leg, she's chasing her down.
Rage and fury in her eyes, completely getting rid of the pain in that leg.
What guts and what loyalty by Rhea Ripley.
The Eradicator eradicating the threat of Liv Morgan. And now Priest is about to eradicate the rest of the Judgment Day. Destiny trying to stop on the way out of this, but Priest.
Big spear.
Razor's Edge.
JD is going to feel
Damn.
Was that Razor's Edge or was that Jackknife?
Razor's Edge.
Every second of it.
Oh, it first of all put the Jackknife powerbomb.
Together on short notice. And now Jey Uso with no Liv Morgan in sight does land the Usos flat. And win. How good does that feel, Rhea?
Imagine those guys won the tag team title. If it was on the line tonight.
Oh, damn, that would have been off the tape.
Think about the bookend of this night for Rhea Ripley. She was hanging from one leg, caught up in the ropes when the night started, beaten down by Judgment Day. And then she's able to finish off Liv Morgan on one leg and using a crutch as a weapon.
That is called guilty hands out. Never ever run off the Ripley. But it can run off Jamie McDonough after this double running razor's edge. Followed by the tag to the Yeet Meister himself on the big top rope splash. We've loved it for years. And Damien Priest and the Judgment Day. That fell a little even tonight.
Denver is rocking. Damian, Jay, and Rhea are celebrating. And next week we will have the fatal four-way for the #1 contender for the IC title. What guts by Rhea Ripley.
And that concludes Monday Night Raw. Mike, you got anything else to add?
No, except thank you for being with us. And we'll see you Friday for a special Friday Night Collision, because we are not going to be with you Saturday. Collision will not be seen because in its place will be an AEW pay-per-view. I can't remember the
All
name.
In.
Oh, All In.
Wait, All Out. All Out.
All Out.
Yeah, All Out.
Okay, AEW All Out will be this Saturday. So we will see you on Friday for Collision. And then 1 week from tonight for Monday Night Raw. One more time, Christy, Crystal, Megan, Amanda, Mackenzie, Noah, Caitlin, good night. I love you, Caitlin. Please get better. I'm sorry you're not feeling well. Hopefully we'll see you tomorrow, all of you tomorrow. And thank you to all of you for joining us. Hope you had a good holiday. And we will see you for Collision. Or no, we won't. We'll see you for Dynamite on Wednesday. For John Batcher, I'm Michael Paul. Good night.
And if you're not down with that, we got 2 words for you. Suck it.
There you go.
And a thank you.
Well, is it suck it or is it guns up?
Guns up and suck it.
There you go. Michael Paul, John Batcher, thank you so much. Good night.
Clear.